Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Tonight we have action of Chelsea versus Tottenham, the final game of this action-packed WSL Sunday. It's match week 5. The Chelsea, of course, have only played 4 games of the season so far. It's been a good start for the Blues, and we are also watching the end of Chelsea-Liverpool at the same time. So if you hear us cheer or cry, it's probably related to that. But Harry, on the topic of the game tonight, are you excited for it?
Yeah, very much so. A great way to end the weekend with a London derby of sorts. And I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game. As you say, you've got a Chelsea side with a perfect record so far, but without playing, having only played 4 games going into this, they're not top of the league, and that's always something to go off. So, I'm intrigued to see how Chelsea are going to play. They haven't looked too sharp, so let's see what the performance is going to be like today. For Tottenham, I mean, it's been an interesting start of the season, to say the least. They've beat who they should have beat. They've got, they've played really poorly against the teams that they were competitive with last year. They're coming into this game off back-to-back losses against Man United and Liverpool. It's one of those where Tottenham tonight, it would be massive if they could get something from today's game. Not only the result, but the performance as well. But it's going to be very, very difficult. Yeah,
indeed. But as you say, obviously, they've not played particularly well of late. It does feel like the perfect opportunity for Chelsea to sort of find their mojo, make a statement. If they could take their rivals to the cleaners today, which, based on the Tottenham performances of late, that could definitely happen.
Yeah,
I think it's very much a chance for Chelsea to make a statement. So it'll be interesting to see if they can do that. Obviously, they can't afford to underestimate Tottenham, because while Tottenham's defensive performances of late have been really poor, they are still a very dangerous attacking unit. So they've got to be mindful of that fact. So it's going to be a really interesting one. Looking back at last time out for both sides, obviously Chelsea took on Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. A really solid victory there, though they were under the cosh for large parts of the game. What do you think we learned from Chelsea in that one?
Yeah, I think that, Chelsea once again showed they're very, very potent in attack, and that they are very, very dangerous. They're coming forward. Maya Ramirez, as we know, is an absolute brute. I think it was good. Obviously we saw Sunday Baltimore get her first goal in blue, and again she starts again tonight in a similar role. She's going to get very high up the pitch. Could be a bit of a danger to Tottenham. I think second half we didn't get much from Chelsea because they sat back and protected the lead. Now I do think they got a little bit fortunate. Arsenal missed some big chances, and Chelsea just don't look. And we saw it a little bit last season. Just defensively, Chelsea just look a little bit clumsy. We saw it against Real Madrid in the Champions League. We've seen it a couple of times this season. Chelsea just don't look 100% sharp at the back, so that's definitely something to watch out for. Because you say Tottenham, with the likes of Beth England, with the likes of Hayley Raso in the front line, they can definitely take advantage of Chelsea if they aren't on top form tonight.
Yeah, indeed, and Tottenham obviously last time out a big loss to Manchester United, 3-0 in that one. I think we saw how Tottenham are really struggling at the moment to create quality opportunities and then put away any chances they do have. They're really struggling to... Sorry, there's no idea what's happening. Okay. They are really struggling to remain tight in defence, and they did get opened up a few too many times against the United side, who I think have been okay this season but haven't really been tested yet, haven't really proven themselves to me yet. So yeah, I think today will be a real interesting one to get a good gauge, a good yardstick as to where everyone is, because I think Tottenham are still the side I have no idea where they are, because they've had a couple decent results, but the performances haven't really been there. If they compete well against Chelsea today, maybe we look at them differently. As for Chelsea, it's a chance really to show off their quality if they are indeed going to be competitive this season. So yeah, should be interesting.
I think it's one of those where the Tottenham United game really showed to me that what Chelsea need to do tonight. Man United weren't at the races for half an hour and Tottenham were in the game. As soon as United stepped it up a gear, Tottenham were taken out of the whole equation. And that is what Chelsea have got to do tonight. If Chelsea want to win, they've got to find their top gear. If Chelsea play at their top level tonight, Tottenham won't stand a chance. And that is the concerning situation for Tottenham at the moment. If Chelsea can find that top level, if they can play some of their best football, Tottenham are in big trouble. But as we've said, Chelsea haven't been at 100%, and if they're not, that puts Tottenham in the game a little bit. Even if they are a bit weak defensively, they could come forward, they could cause some problems. So I think I don't think Tottenham's performance will change too much either way. I don't think they're going to be brilliant. I don't think they're going to come out and play terribly. I think tonight will be down to how well will Chelsea play. If Chelsea play poorly, Tottenham have the ability to take advantage. If Chelsea play to their best, then I think Tottenham won't stand a chance. And that is a very weird situation to be in.
Yeah. All right, let's start by having a look at the lineups then. Of course, we are at Kings Meadow for today's game. So we'll start with the host, Chelsea. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Bompastor's Blues. In goal, it's, of course, Hannah Hampton. A back four of Bronze, Bright, Buchanan and Baltimore. That five unchanged from the side to beat Arsenal last weekend. It's a pivot of Sjokka, Nuskanen, and Cuthbert. On the right-hand side, Joanna Ritin-Kahnryd. On the left-hand side, Guro Wrighton. In attacking midfield, it's Meiko Hermano. And leading the line, Mayra Ramirez. An interesting team. We believe that Lauren James is still out with injury, obviously missing the Champions League game, despite being named in the starting 11, then was pulled out during the warm-up. So we believe she's out to injury. A big chance, though, for Hermano to prove herself, Harry.
Yeah, very much so. As you talk about Champions League game, Hermano played against Twente and looked very, very good. I mean, her goal was absolutely brilliant from a very long way out. And again, I like that from Sonia. What she's seen, she's rewarding Hermano. Hermano played well, and the reward is that she gets to start again tonight and prove how good she is. I think Hermano's one of those. She was very raw, very, a little bit. I think she's, she wasn't WSL ready when she first joined Chelsea. She's had a chance to adapt. She had a year at the club now to get used to the league and the team, and now she really seems to, hopefully be firing in some really consistent performances. And I do think that, Thursday night was a really good showing from Hermano. Hopefully she can back that up again tonight. But a really good showing, and I'm glad that she gets to start again tonight.
Yeah, I mean, one man's curse, another one's blessing, as the saying goes. In this case, it's a woman, but obviously Lauren James being out injured is a chance on Meiko Hermano to be involved in the starting 11, and obviously rewarding that positive performance in the last game. So, yeah, I think it's a good chance for her this evening. Let's have a look then at the Tottenham team. Villaharm lining up in a similar 4-2-3-1. In goal, it's Rebecca Spencer. A back four of Neville, Bartrip, Hunt and Nilden. In the pivot, it's Artnen and Suman, though it may look like more of a midfield three with Drew Spence. On one side, it's Naz. On the other, Matilda Wimberg. And leading the line, it is Beth England. It's a really strong team. It feels like they're finally playing their best players in the best positions, rather than sticking England on the wing or Martha Thomas on the wing, or putting Naz on the wrong flank, or just not playing Matilda Wimberg. Loads of weird things they've been doing recently, Villaharm. Feels like they've finally put their best players in their best positions. Will that pay off for them?
Yeah, I think it definitely could, especially in attacking areas. Obviously, Rasa out of injury, and I think bringing in England for Thomas is the right call, and I do think they've got that attack right. I think, they haven't been they haven't been brilliant. I think England's looked very sharp. I think Naz has looked sharp, so you start those two. And finally bringing in Matilda Wimberg. Pre-season, I went on and on about her being a top talent, and that this season is going to be a breakthrough season. And she just hasn't played. Tonight is a big opportunity against a very tough opposition, against a Lucy Bronze who we know can't defend.
Yeah.
It's a big opportunity for Matilda Wimberg to really, take the headlines tonight with a really big performance. Even if Tottenham lose, if Wimberg can be the reason that they're competitive tonight, if she can link up with England and get involved with Naz, I think that front three looks really, really strong. And Chelsea have got to be careful. And I do think that Wimberg-Bronze battle is going to be a key battle in tonight's game. But the selection, I think it's right. I do think that back four has struggled, particularly Ash Neville. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to fare tonight, but I do worry if Chelsea get their most dangerous players on the ball, it could be a long night for that back four.
Yeah, it's the type of game where Guro Wrighton can really flourish, and I think she needs a game like that. Justin's saying, has Lauren James done much this season? To be fair, no. I think she had quite a quiet campaign. But you've got to consider some of the contributing factors. She didn't start the opener against Aston Villa. She played about 20 minutes. She did score against Crystal Palace, and it was ruled out unfairly for a foul in the build-up.
Yeah.
So, and then she went on to score again, and went on to provide. Oh no, sorry, it's the Villa game. No, I can't remember. Either way, she scored a goal. It was disallowed. Yeah. She did score in the Palace game as well, and looked really good in that one. But yeah, she's not played every minute. I agree that she's been a little bit quiet, but that equally they have been putting on the left flank a lot, where I don't think she's quite as dangerous as she is in attacking midfield.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's been extenuating circumstances. Either way, she's not involved at all this evening. Doesn't make the bench, I don't believe. So yeah, it's a nice chance to rest her, and to be fair, I don't think she'll be missed in a game like this. I think Chelsea's attack is strong enough to get them through this match.
And I do. I mean, the attack on the pitch are going to have to deliver for Chelsea, because they are very light on numbers. Aggie Beaver-Jones is the only natural attacker named on the bench. The rest of the bench is defenders and midfielders. So the front four is going to have to deliver, but realistically, let's look at the quality in that front four. They are going to deliver. So for Chelsea, there are going to be goals. I just think it will be how many problems can Tottenham cause Chelsea defensively. That will be the aim. Because if Tottenham, I think the way Tottenham hang on tonight is to attack. And sometimes attack is best form of defence. In Tottenham's case, I think their attack is their only form of defence. And they're, to be honest,
no defence.
I'm not being rude, but I think based on what we've seen this season, if Chelsea put Tottenham under pressure in attacking areas, Chelsea are going to score. The way Tottenham counter Chelsea tonight is by taking their front three, putting the pressure onto Chelsea's back line, and trying to get them some goals themselves.
Or just throwing yourself to the ground of the penalty area, because the referee in the middle tonight is Emily Heaslip, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Another thing to note with Chelsea's attack, there's not many options on the bench, but to be fair, Aggie Beaver-Jones can cover anywhere across the front three.
She can.
And attacking midfield, you could easily push Sjokke Nusken on and play someone like Captain in there. So there is versatility in Chelsea's squad, and that does mean that they can handle any sort of issues with relative ease. Yeah. So I don't think it's too bad a situation. Ryzen says, good to be seeing double again. What, a double stream? Or what do you mean?
I'm back.
Ryzen. Oh, Harry's back.
I'm back, yes.
Is that what you're excited about?
Good. That's how it should be.
First person ever.
Result.
Yeah, double stream today. It's been a good day of WSL action. So
it has, it really has. And I think this game's going to deliver. I do. I think this will be a competitive game. I just don't think Chelsea are at the race, are at their top notch yet this season. I think that Tottenham, despite their defensive liabilities, I think they've got the firepower in attack to cause some issues.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think this could be a really interesting one. Chelsea have just got to be on it tonight to prevent an upset. Really, they've got to be mindful that Tottenham can spring a surprise.
Yeah, definitely. But I do think that for Tottenham, it's about getting points on the board. And the thing is, they shouldn't have to get points from games like today. But because they haven't got points in the other games, it then means there's more pressure on today. And for Chelsea, it's just about maintain that unbeaten start, make it 4 wins from 4, and really keep the momentum going.
Yeah, indeed. We should get in some predictions, but Yi Chen saying, will you stream on international break? We would normally stream the England games, but we are at Wembley for England-Germany on Friday, and then it's May 18th for England-South Africa, so I hope you can understand that we won't be live for it. But we will be back after the internationals, and we'll be producing content throughout the international break, so look out for all of that. Let's get into some predictions then. I'll allow you to start, Harry. Of course, if you are watching along, get involved in the live chat, but as always, we'll start here with predictions in the studio. Harry, what are you going for?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game, but I do think that Chelsea will run out winners in the end. I'll go 3-1 to the Blues. I think that they will fall behind, similar to their title rivals Man City earlier today. I do think they'll fall behind to a Matilda Wimberg goal, and once again, I think it could be one. They could be 1-0 at half time. We'll be asking the same questions that we have of Chelsea. Are they playing well enough yet? Lucy Bronze is definitely going to get caught out for the goal, and that's why Wimberg's going to score. But I think in the second half, it will be a much better performance from Chelsea, and it will be goals from Canarid, Gure Wrighton, and Aggie Beaver-Jones off the bench to find the back of the net 3 times, win the game 3-1, and it'll be one of those where Chelsea's second half performance will take the headlines over what on earth they've done in the first.
Fair enough. I'm a lot more confident that Chelsea will get their act together tonight, and I think it'll be quite a comprehensive victory. I'm going to say Chelsea 4, Tottenham 0. I think if Chelsea really play at the best of their abilities, I think that's a very achievable result, and I think based on how Tottenham are playing recently, I don't have much confidence, much faith that they're going to provide much of a fight tonight. I could be unpleasantly surprised, but I think Chelsea are playing really well at the moment. Could play very well.
Yeah,
I don't think Tottenham are. So yeah, I think Chelsea will win comfortably. I will say a goal for Guro Wrighton, a brace for Canarid, and I'm going to go Aggie Beaver-Jones as well off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, you would be an idiot to bet against Chelsea. They've played Tottenham 9 times in the WSL, and they've beaten them 9 times, scoring 21 goals. So it's a pretty formidable record for what would usually be considered a London rivalry. But maybe tonight is the night that Tottenham are going to finally take at least a point off Chelsea for the first time ever. And that would be huge for them. But realistically, Chelsea should be pretty comfortable tonight.
Well, last season, obviously, they made history by beating Arsenal for the first time, and that was at the Emirates. Could they beat Chelsea at Kings Meadow tonight? Would be a hell of a feat if Tottenham can pull it off. So let's see. Yeah, should be a good one. Should be a good one this evening.
Yeah, definitely so. I do think that with Man United they did draw yesterday, so that kind of puts a little bit less pressure on Chelsea because they were kind of the ones that were close together. Man City did get the win across the line earlier. That was massive. So Chelsea, they want to keep up with their title rivals. They can't afford to drop points.
And worth noting, while Chelsea's performances haven't been perfect, the record has been. They've won every single match under Sonia Bompastor.
Absolutely brilliant in all competitions, really. And I think that it shows a lot that Chelsea aren't playing at their best, but they are still beating teams in decent fashion.
Yes, and it will be Tottenham to get us started. First, though, we take a knee in a stand against all form of discrimination. And it will be Tottenham to get us started. Vinberg knocks it back, and we're underway here at Kingsmeadow. It's Chelsea versus Tottenham, the final match of this week's WSL action as we head into the international break. And Chelsea starting faster here, returning Tottenham's long ball, but it is won back by Hunt. And now Tottenham can look to play some football. Neville finds Naz. Naz's pass inside is collected by Summanen. Goes back to Bartrip. And now Tottenham can utilise possession. Spencer. Hunt finds Olga Artinen. Nilden plays it inside, and Sjokonuskan almost wins that off Drew Spence. Assertive challenge from Spence, though. Ball forward into Summanen, who spins around the corner to Vinberg, and Chelsea opened up here. Vinberg using the space behind Bronze. Bronze gets back in. Vinberg pass inside, going to fall to Neville, who drags a shot at Sandy Baltimore, and that's out for a corner.
Yeah, again, we're seeing it already. The Vinberg-Bronze battle is going to be a key one tonight. It's brilliant vision in the midfield, but from Summanen, and Bronze is completely caught out by Vinberg. Does well to get back in. Vinberg not being as direct as she probably wanted to be there, and then Ash Neville runs onto it. I mean, if she dragged the shot closer to the goal, it wouldn't have actually gone out for a goal kick. She dragged it so wide that it hit Sandy Baltimore, went out for a corner.
Yeah, you've got to feel Vinberg's got to do better there. I know she may not be the most explosive player, but if you see there, if Bronze comes back in, if Vinberg goes across her, Bronze either fouls her or lets her run.
Yeah.
And either way, it pays off favourably for Vinberg. It's a goal kick from the corner. It wasn't a great ball in, and it sailed off the other side.
But yeah, Tottenham have no problem starting fast, and we saw that against United. They were competitive in that game. It's just United went and found a new level, and Tottenham didn't go with them.
Yeah.
Key for Tottenham tonight is that they've got to hang in there. And if Chelsea up the ante, Tottenham also have to up the ante.
Here's Carnereed with space to exploit. Summanen coming across to deal. Ball into the box. It's not a great one, though. And that'll bounce out for a throw. And that far side might not get there. And it's won back by Sandy Baltimore. And she has won a corner there, kicking it into Ash Neville.
Yes.
Not a great ball in from Carnereed. Chelsea making the best of that situation, though.
Yeah, very much so. Neville just to try to see it off and got caught in a difficult position and thought rather than risk losing the ball to Baltimore, just to knock it out for a corner.
Yeah. And Carnereed having a fantastic season. That probably not some of her finest work. But still, good job to get down that right-hand side. Ball in. It's a routine here for Chelsea. Nusken finds Wrighton on the edge, who will look to lift it in there. And there are options in there for Chelsea. It's going to drop for Millie Bright, who muscles Spence off the ball. Baltimore. Now Wrighton, and it's back in there to Bright, who puts it across the area. Buchanan trying to get there, but that will bounce out for a goal kick. Chelsea's routine, you can see what they're trying to do, just not effective on this occasion.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea just trying to keep it alive and more centre-halves in Tottenham's penalty area than attackers. But yeah, I mean, got chipped back in by Millie Bright, a bit more of a lob, but yeah, no one getting on the end of it. But again, Chelsea doing very well there to recycle. I mean, the routine didn't really work, but to recycle the ball and keep the pressure on Tottenham, and that is why they're so relentless, because they don't let the pressure off. If they lose the ball, they get it back out and they get it back in the area. They just keep, as an opposition, they just keep you under the cosh. And sometimes you just can't resist.
Spencer. Nusken wins it in the middle. Here's Cuthbert now. Look to take aim. It's been blocked. She'll fight to hold on to possession. Erin Cuthbert does so well to retain it. And now Chelsea in possession. Bright. Buchanan finds Erin Cuthbert. Back to Khadijah Buchanan. Bright. Here is Sandy Baltimore. And Neville kicking lumps out of her. It's actually Naz who comes back and wins the ball. Here's a Chelsea throw-in, though, much to the frustration of Ash Neville. Baltimore. Now Bright. Buchanan. Bronze. I don't know what Khadijah Buchanan trying to do there. And she's given Bronze a hospital ball to try and control. And Wimberg nabs possession off her. Now comes inside. Brilliant from Matilda Wimberg. Takes it past Cuthbert as well, but is forced too narrow. Here's Nilden. Lifts it into the box. England can't get there. Spence lashes at it. It's going to fall for Wimberg, who is somehow still on side. And then she's lost possession to Carnareid, and it is out anyway for a goal kick.
Yeah, again, good from Wimberg to pounce on the Chelsea error defensively, and she did better that time to kind of be more direct, get inside. Eventually, she kind of ran out of space, had to go back outside, and it was a decent ball in from Nilden. And Chelsea have got to be careful. Chelsea know better than anyone how good Beth England is in the penalty area. You get the ball in, and she's going to find a way to get on the end of it. And Chelsea have got to be aware of that tonight.
Into Hamana, who receives it well and lifts that in behind. There's slightly too much on it, but that's the right sort of idea there, getting Ramirez in behind. Tottenham, though, able to use possession now. Bartrip, Sumanen, back to Bartrip. Now across to Hunt.
Yeah, right idea from Arno, and a very tidy player this season. I do think she'll play a bigger role for Chelsea in this season. I think last year we saw her kind of take the games that weren't of much importance, but I do think that Bompastor's going to give her the go in the big games, and she will be favoured in the bigger occasions.
Yes, I think it's very interesting. I think she's definitely, her game's come on leaps and bounds in the last few months.
100%.
Really blossoming into an exciting young player. And we saw that against FC Twente. I still think she's got work to do.
Yeah.
I don't think she's the finished article yet, but there's definitely some really promising signs that perhaps weren't there before the summer. I mean, obviously there's still promising signs. I mean, she's definitely developed on them, though.
Yeah.
Wimberg. Blocked well by Bronze. Falls again to Wimberg. Goes back to Nilden. And now almost gets picked off in there by Guro, and an error falls, but recovered well by Hunt.
Tottenham,
Spencer under pressure does manage to find the pass to Hunt. Tottenham will try and come down this left-hand side now.
Yeah, Tottenham look a lot more comfortable, in the first 6 minutes than they have all season, to be honest.
So I'm trying to work it down the line. One back in there by Aaron Cuthbert, who tries to muscle Drew Spence off the ball, and it's deemed to have left the field before then. It did look like it had gone off, to be fair.
Would have been tight, but a decent man. All the joy kind of that's left hand side for Tottenham. And it's not just because it's Lucy Bronze. I think clearly Tottenham are favouring to work with Wimberg and Nilden on this side and try and cause some problems. Because I think you'd rather get the ball in and have Naz at the back post with obviously Beth England in the middle, causing all sorts of problems.
Bronze. Now Khadijah Buchanan. Hampton. Nusken. Receives it well and finds Khadijah Buchanan. They'll look to come down the right-hand side now. Chelsea Bronze. And that's a really poor control from Lucy Bronze, and Tottenham have the ball.
Yeah, the first time that happened, that was a poor pass from Buchanan, and the second time's poor touch from Bronze. The Buchanan and Bronze really need to sort out this link-up.
Nilden throws it towards Spence. One back in there by Chelsea. It does then fall to Nilden. Now Sumanen. But yeah, Tottenham's starting the better side here. Not the sort of start Chelsea would have wanted to this game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Chelsea's first few minutes would want to get on the ball, take control, and eventually find their goal. But yeah, as you say, Tottenham, they're the ones getting on the ball. They're the ones playing the football and trying to find a way through Chelsea. Chelsea just having to be patient at the moment and see what openings are going to come, which is not the way they want to play.
Just really sloppy in possession. Feels like it's been a theme of this season. Wrighton. And that's one back by Tottenham and sent long. That's how to play.
I think the thing that's giving Chelsea possession at the moment is actually Tottenham errors more than positivity.
The thing is, Tottenham's directness at the moment is causing Chelsea issues.
Yeah,
but it does feel if Chelsea play through Tottenham, they will score.
Oh yeah,
they just need to get that final ball just isn't quite coming off. But there's been chances. Hamano almost got in behind. Hamano almost lifted the ball in behind to Ramirez. The Carnareid burst down the right side. If they can get in behind, if they can find the space, I think Chelsea, are looking strong. They've just got to put the ball in the back of the net, really. Just got to get that final pass right. And Buchanan finds Ramirez, holds on to it well, tries to find Carnareid. That's a poor touch from Nilden, and Carnareid can take advantage, driving in towards the penalty area now. Carnareid Could go low and could cut it back. Finds Hermano and it's there. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. Great run from Carnereid. Squares it to Maker Hermano and Chelsea have lift off. It was a tentative start to this game, but Chelsea finally finding a route to goal. Breaking down the right-hand side, it relied on the error from Amanda Nilden, but it was capitalised on excellently by Carnereid. Squares it to the informed Maker Hermano, and who caps off the move wonderfully.
Yeah, and again, once again, it's a Tottenham defensive error that cost them dearly. It's really good from Carnereid, very direct. I mean, it's too easy to allow her just to drive into the 6-yard box. Picks the ball up in your final third. You'd allow her to drive into the penalty area, drive into the 6-yard box, cut it back, and as you say, Hermano rewarded with the start tonight after her goal in the week, scores again tonight in brilliant form, and once again proving to Bompastor that she deserves to keep starting. And when you've got players like Lauren James out, Hermano has got the opportunity and she's really stepping up.
Tottenham's defence, though, absolutely shambolic. You've got 3 players there stood in the penalty area, not one gets tight enough to Hermano. Not one goes and closes down Joanna Wright and Carnereid. I mean, you're asking for trouble. And Chelsea have won it back high up the field. And they'll look to goal. Guro right in, and that's saved by Spencer.
And suddenly, all of Tottenham's, comfortability, I in the first 5, I mean, before the goal, they looked so comfortable, they looked so calm, and now they're conceded, and everything is just panic stations. Yeah. They're starting now. That's the first long ball of the game from Tottenham, trying to play out the back, and now they're in trouble again. Another chance
for Chelsea, right in, but Ash Neville will recover quickly. But Chelsea now the team in the ascendancy, and Tottenham have invited this pressure on themselves because Chelsea looked nervy. Chelsea didn't look on it, and suddenly something's changed.
This has happened.
The switch has been flipped
already a few times this season where Tottenham conceded one, and then they've just collapsed, and they've got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Well, Naz coming forwards here. Finds Drew Spence. Spence again to Naz. Is a really good run from Jessica Naz. And who takes it past Carnereid. Now goes left into Nilden. Space on this left-hand side to exploit. There always is against Chelsea. Wimberg. Now Nilden. Up against Bronze. Goes back to Summonen. Artinen. Ramirez might get there, but she won't. That's good from Bartrip. To hold on to the ball despite the challenge from Ramirez. Yeah. Gene82 saying goal by Hermano. I forgot to read out any messages. Apologies. John saying 1 miss control on the ball and Chelsea punish it. And Justin saying, oh no, this could be brutal. Yeah, Chelsea need to take momentum from that because they started a bit slow. So they just need to take momentum. Move from there. Foul on a Chelsea player there. Neville being penalised for the follow-through, I think.
I don't know what's happened there. He slips, then taken out Summonen. So I think there's just a stop in play here. I don't know if anything was given. I think Guro went down with a head injury, and then as he slipped, turned to stop the game, she's walked into Summonen. So there's nothing wrong with what Neville does. It's a head injury, so she goes over to stop the game, and he slips, then turns and takes out Summonen. As we see here. Oh no, we don't see there. I don't really know what happened between those two. Anyway, we're back. I don't really know what was given. What is it? A free kick? No, it's gonna be a drop ball, and it will be a Chelsea ball. No, it's gonna be a Tottenham ball. There we go. Finally, he's just stop making tackles.
Worth noting, by the way, on Lauren James, she is out with a calf injury, and she's also withdrawn from England internationals over the next 2 weeks. So that is where she is tonight. We hope for a speedy recovery there. Yeah. Ryzen saying going to need a Guro to cheer me up after the LJ news. Indeed. But just to put a positive spin on it, I would rather see Lauren James out in October than in March, April. You never want to see a player get injured, of course. But if we can get her injury troubles out of the way now,
I think what will frustrate Bompastor is that she's been managing her minutes and she's still got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonia, from minute 1 when she came to Chelsea, from that Villa game where she didn't start Lauren James, she said it was about managing her minutes.
Well, she's had this calf injury, ongoing calf injury for a while now. Certainly in the James bloodline, honestly. The genes, you can't trust them.
Can't stay fit. But yeah, and
brilliant players.
It is a big absence,
so important.
But Hermano's stepping up beautifully. But as I say, Hermano can step up now. When we get to the crunch games at the end of the season, LJ needs to be fit because I like Mike Hermano, but I don't think you want her playing in your Champions League. You'd let her into the Champions League. And
True, but I'd have said the same about Aggie Beaver-Jones this time last year.
that is very
And look
true.
at what situation we're in now. So
That is very true.
I think Hermano's got such a high ceiling, and
Yeah.
why not give her an opportunity to show that? I think as well, Kat Macario is a player who could be so crucial if she can stay fit.
Yeah.
I believe back, out injured again. Cuthbert now bronze.
The other thing will be that Serena has now got to pick a replacement.
Chelsea was saying, people were saying have Chelsea got too many attackers this season, but right now, Fischel, Kerr, Macario, James all out injured.
Yeah.
At the start of this season, and Baltimore playing at left back. So have we got to? I don't think we've got any attackers at the minute.
And if you think back to last season, Guro was out, Ramirez was out.
Everyone missed a period. Hermano's the only one.
Aggie, Beaver-Jones.
Aggie Beaver-Jones doesn't make Hermano.
Beaver-Jones and Hermano, the only ones that haven't got in. And the only Chelsea attackers haven't been injured over the last 18 months.
And they're both rotational players, so they're not going to play a whole lot of football.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Connery, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't think she's been injured at any point.
No.
Reliable. And having a great season, another assist to add to her account.
People haven't noticed it because I don't think she's one of those players that goes under the radar. She usually puts up decent figures, but realistically, doesn't really. She's not the star. She doesn't, take the headlines. But this season, I think she's been Chelsea's best player. I really do.
Yeah.
As you say, another contribution tonight. What a start to the season.
Yeah. Jean says we need this for the Liverpool loss. Yeah, I know that was depressing. Luckily, we have Chelsea women to recover.
Yeah.
Paris might be LJ's replacement, Jean says. I'd love to see it. I mean, I'd have had her over Chloe Kelly, personally. But yeah. I don't know why she's not in the English. She's been fantastic. My only consideration was has she retired from international football? I'm not sure. But chance for Carner Reid, good save for Rebecca Spencer. That's a half opportunity, but Carner Reid made it work.
And when you've got a player that's got an eye for goal at the moment, you're on the back of the net. Hermano this time playing it through to Carner Reid. It's not a bad shot. He's straight at Spencer, but I mean, you think you want to get it either side of her, but it's not a bad effort. And once again, Tottenham losing the ball in their own third and being could have been made to pay for it.
Yeah. FLB is saying, "Wow, I bought Roman Haug a day before the news that she is out. Then I was so close to buying James for a -4, decided just to hold Haug." Yeah, that is fortunate.
I mean, I'm having a shot.
Obviously, the Haug transfer didn't work out either.
No.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my attackers. Obviously, I've got Lauren James now. It's a lot of money to spread around. So I'm not really. I might go. I might look at Guro Wrighton as a midfielder and go slightly cheaper in attack.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It wasn't on my to-do list in my field team. My to-do list was to sort out my goalkeeping situation because I seem to always have a terrible goalkeeper. Yeah. Carner Reid puts it into the box and it's cleared away. Yeah. No, my taxi WSL team's not doing too bad. I got Carner Reid on captain, which isn't bad at all. Had Jill Rord bring me a goal. I had Grace Clinton. Chance now for Cuthbert breaking into the penalty area. It's going to spill out to Carner Reid to keep this move alive. She drills it back in there, headed away by Summonen. And now England looks to turn and play out, and they will here, Tottenham. Nilden, England. And they find Jess Naz, and it's Naz and Spence, and Baltimore commits the foul, and that will be undoubtedly a yellow card, a tactical foul there from Sunday Baltimore.
Yeah.
Just got opened up a little bit too easily there, Chelsea. Still not comfortable defending transition. Someone's got to cut this ball out sooner.
Yeah. Baltimore will take that yellow card every single day of the week.
Just a shirt pull to bring her down there.
No arguments at all there. Knows exactly what she's doing and probably needed to be done. But another good... That all comes from another good Chelsea move. I think it got a bit unfortunate that it fell to her in cuff, but she's not quite the player you want to be wriggling through the penalty area. Not quite that kind of player. But a chance for Tottenham now. Yeah,
speaking of... think about the left-back position. That's another injury, obviously, Chelsea... We haven't really talked about much this season, but Niamh Charles, another big absence.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's an interesting one to play Baltimore as there in her absence. I get
why, because... Once you've got Charles, that is the sort of role and the way she'll play that position. Whereas actually Lawrence can't really do the same thing because she doesn't have a left foot.
Would you have played Burnham in one of the games? Probably not Arsenal, but
I'd have given her a chance.
20, maybe against 20, exactly. Or obviously Lawrence played 20, but tonight even
that's messy from Tottenham, and that would be a Chelsea corner now.
See, they're not a bad team. There are too many defensive errors. You just cannot get away with making so many defensive errors.
I'm just not really sure what's happened to him, because it's not a huge difference from the side that they had last season, especially in defence. There's no difference.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where the issues are coming
Hunt's
from.
coming, but I don't think it's her fault.
No, I don't think Ash Neville was good last season. I don't know how she masked that so effectively, but that's not happened this season. I think their midfield is still strong, but they're just getting played through. So I'm not really sure what's happening there. Ball into the box, and it's a bit messy. Can it be turned home by Chelsea?
Wow.
Now it's playing well by Rebecca.
I think it was Nuskin on the line, trying to stab at it. But yeah, just put into a dangerous area by Guro Wrighton, and it was actually headed back towards her own goal by a Tottenham player, I think. Yeah. The ball was... Hunt clears it into Summerlin's head, and then she heads... And obviously,
Tottenham going forwards. Bright's committed a foul, but Tottenham still come forwards. Drew Spence knocks it out wide. Here's Ash Neville. Swings a ball in there, and it's kept alive somehow. England can't react. It's going to fall in there for Hermano to clear.
That's a let-off for Chelsea. Vinberg did brilliantly to keep it alive, and Beth England really just couldn't get the end of it.
Oh, they're still attacking here. Nilden. Oh, she's looked for goal, and she's... Is it in?
Is it in?
Yes. Looks like she claimed it. It's been given as a goal. I have no idea how. That looked like it's been claimed by Hannah Hampton.
Why?
And it's Chelsea 1, Tottenham 1. Hampton booked for her complaints. We're going to need to see a replay on that one. How? I mean, it would come down to goal decision system. Do we not have that?
It would be the lino.
But that's what I'm saying. How do we not have that? That's a simple decision. That's either a yes or no. That's not in.
Oh, wow.
How, in the top level of women's football in England, do we have the lino making that call? The goal decision system is the most simple bit of technology.
You can't have it. I think it doesn't. No, it's not. It's not in the league because you can't get it at these grounds.
You can get it here.
Oh,
that's not over the line.
Oh no, that's not in. That's not a goal. Wow. I mean, the liner should just get it right.
But there is not a ground in the WSL that couldn't accommodate for it.
Well, no, because you have to have all technology that's linked up to the referee and things. There's not the infrastructure for it in the stadiums. I think it's not just like a strip on the goal. There's actual infrastructure and wiring and things that have to go into it.
But I still think you can accommodate for that on most WSL grounds.
Well, it's 1-1 now. I mean, Tottenham got on nothing. It was. I think it was meant to be a cross from Nilden actually that turned to a shot.
Yeah. And somehow Tottenham are back level. I cannot fathom what we're witnessing, but there we go.
I mean, the liners are a shocker. I don't really know.
I mean, surely if you're in doubt, you just don't give it.
Oh my God!
Chelsea coming off the post, the line are going to give that one as well.
A Chelsea people keep crossing the ball in, it goes goalwards.
Now Bronze
gonna swing one in. That's not
ball
on
in
target.
towards the back post. Neville heads it away. Sandy Baltimore looking to keep this alive now. Ball in. Spencer flaps it in. That takes it away from Carnareed.
I'm loving all these crosses that keep going on target. No one's actually swinging the ball in.
When Lucy Bronze has been caught out again. Naz coming forwards here. Runs across the path of Bronze. And a good challenge from Aaron Cuthbert. And Heaslip has given it. What are we watching?
This is getting difficult now.
I mean, yeah, I have no idea. Ryan says, I hope we work out our frustrations about that decision at the other end. Alex says, Sky commentator says behind the line, but in my book's no goal. Yeah, I mean, the Sky commentator is going to. They're going to protect the officials in that situation. Sapphire says, either way, Hampton should catch that. Yeah, no, I agree, but it's not in the back of the net. And it's brought Tottenham back into this game. Vinberg lifts it in there, headed away. Chelsea will now look to break. Now it's Ramirez, strong challenge in there, and Tottenham coming forwards. Baltimore wins it back though. Chelsea just need to get the ball down, play football, and get the lead back. They've been the better side here. They can't allow that goal that shouldn't have been to affect them. Here's Spence, clears it away. Bronze will bring it down. I do agree Hampton should be doing better though. I'm not exactly sure what her positioning was. Just need to get massively caught out by that.
Yeah.
FL Bailey says infrastructure is available for goal line tech, just a matter of paying for it. Yeah. I just think it, at the top level of the women's game, we have to have goal line technology. That's the most simple thing to implement. It's not like VAR where, you do have to have so much infrastructure that some grounds just wouldn't be able to accommodate for. It is much simpler to implement.
You still have some infrastructure though.
Yeah, I know you do, but I think every ground...
And the paying for it will be the big thing as well.
Yeah.
And it's hardly cheap stuff.
No, I get that, but this is a multi-million-dollar sport. Multi-million-pound sport. I think they've got the money.
Well, yeah.
Well, the FA could fund it. Just charge a little bit more on yellow cards. But yeah, I have no idea how the Lino's given it.
Well, that's the thing. Either way, the Lino should see it. I don't really know how...
But it doesn't... you can't draw conclusions from these angles because they're not great.
Here we go. This one we...
Well, not really. But you could never... Like, that, for me, still looks like there's a bit over the line. I don't think it ever fully crosses that line.
No, it doesn't fully cross it.
And that's insane. But yeah. Ryan says it's got to be the league who pays for it, though. There's a huge disparity in the money the teams have. Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean. But the league has money. I know we've just been bought by WPLL. But if they have no money, then how have they bought the league? Tasman says, how did James get injured? It's just a recurring calf injury, Chelsea fan. Just never fully recovered, really. Alex says goal line tech is much easier and cheaper than VAR. I don't think VAR is a huge issue. I mean, obviously, if we can implement it in the women's game, then we should. But I don't think it's a huge priority. But goal line technology is so simple. You just it just makes sense to have it. You cut out anything like that. Where a lino having no eyes.
I mean, we had the same problem with Keating at Meadow Park against Arsenal last season.
And they're decisions that can ultimately completely
that one
alter
was more cut and dry because obviously the ball was in Keating's hands, so you kind of had to measure. That was the problem, is when Hampton kind of knocked it down onto the line. Well, it was when it bounced back into the goal, as you have no idea of no way of saying, but yeah.
Yeah, Phil Bowden saying, yeah, top level should easily have goal line tech. It's the highest level. You can't be cheaping out on something that important. Carl Manisi says, who scored? It was Micah Hermano for Chelsea. And the assistant referee, I was in someone comment, Alex, you're saying assistant referee, scored for Tottenham. He did indeed.
I mean, the alternative, yeah, I think the problem is you would have about half the games because half the games are in the stadiums. And that's the thing. Either put the infrastructure. That's the other problem, is that with the league now have, is that they would have to pay for it at some grounds and not others, and then you start to have questions. Because also you now have Arsenal, Villa and Brighton who play all their home games at their men's grounds who already have it. So you've got grounds now that can use it. So I mean the other thing is to put all the teams at the main grounds.
The issue is you start to get things where, like, if I don't know, Tottenham, for example, playing at home, they're not getting anywhere near a sellout, and it looks more ridiculous. We saw Liverpool play at Anfield the other week, and they did well, but it's a big occasion. They played Man City, so they're going to sell more tickets. If they play every home game there, it's just not, it's not sensible for those clubs. But yeah, I don't think there's any grounds at WSL that wouldn't be able to accommodate goal line technology. I get with VAR because
I think they'd get a few questions. The problem is league would put them in the 60, because if they gave Chelsea the money to go buy it and they gave Man United to go get it at Laceworth Village, and then suddenly you're going to have Arsenal and Villa going, well, we want that money. If you're going to give them that money, we want the money as well, so we can go.
Well, they would just be. Well, they wouldn't be giving it to the clubs. They'd just put the technology in place. But also, it'd be on the clubs, no? To do it.
Well, that's the other thing. The clubs don't want. Chelsea don't have to fork out the money when
But if it's mandated, they don't have a choice, do they?
Yeah,
and I don't think Chelsea. But it's not. They're not spending billions on this. That's the stupid thing. These clubs have so much money. Not in the women's side, no, but it's in the men's side. and they invest in the women's side to keep it going. So, I don't think there's a single WSL club that are strapped for cash. Like their men's side aren't struggling.
Not, but that's the thing. But the men's side have given them money, but they want to spend that on other things than goal line technology.
What I think, if it's mandated, it doesn't matter, does it? What they want to spend the money on.
Yeah, but if West Ham get a portion of money from their men's side and they have to spend it on goal line technology, then suddenly their money's gone because the men's side aren't going to give them more to pay for it.
Well, they might.
I doubt
I think it's a futile. I don't know really what this debate is about. It should be in every ground that WSL.
Well, yeah, it should be, but I don't think it's as easy as just getting it in.
I think it takes investment, but these clubs have investment. Upper Base agreeing, so you have to put it in every ground, every match. Good boy saying this is an interesting game at the moment. Yeah. Tottenham bringing the ball forwards now. Nailed him. Hunt goes back to Spencer.
Yeah, nothing's really happened. The game has just hit I think because neither side's really on top. I think it's got a little bit messy. Tottenham aren't making errors which can't be pounced on, and Chelsea just aren't really getting into the game.
Neville sends that ball forward. Summonen puts it in behind. A chance now for England. I mean, for me, it looked like she's gone too early there, but the lino is just not on it on that far side. Sapphire says, is there a women's league that has goal line tech? Well, I'd imagine it's mandated in the Champions League. That'll be part of the rules.
That's a good question, actually.
That's why Chelsea have to play. I mean, obviously you have to have a minimum capacity, and you have to have certain. I imagine you have to have goal line technology and stuff like that. That's why Chelsea can't play Champions League games at Kingsmead. That's why Arsenal can't play them at the at Meadow Park, because you have to meet certain specifications. I imagine one of them is to have goal line technology.
Well, that's because City play at the Joey Stadium, though.
But I imagine they have it, because that is their academy stadium.
I don't know if it's,
they would have built it with stuff like that.
I don't know if it's a mandatory thing. Because you think some of the ground, Bolton.
Let's get some important. They play at their men's ground, which will have it. It's top.
They might.
I don't know. I don't know if Bolton have. I can't remember how high their men's equivalent are. Either way, I imagine they would have to play at a ground that has those facilities.
I wouldn't be surprised if UEFA just went, that's all right. But yeah, we just feel like we're waiting for one side to get on top, which you'd expect to be Chelsea. But again, they just haven't been they haven't been perfect.
Yeah,
and they've got a chance now though. And Ramirez has just ran past 3 people, but she can't get past the 4th.
Here's Naz. Back now to nil them. Bartrip. Hunt. Summonen. Now Hunt. Yeah, I mean, Tottenham have taken they've taken confidence from the goal, and the game's changed massively because of it. Chelsea just aren't playing particularly well now. And Tottenham had all the ball.
Tottenham just aren't. They've cut out just the stupid things, the errors. They're not passing around the back and then suddenly just losing the ball or taking a heavy touch.
One high by Cuthbert, Summonen under pressure. Cuthbert will win it back and sends it down the line wonderfully. Ramirez will get there first. Can't quite take it in her stride. And then she loses it. Drew Spence with a good challenge. Tottenham looking to break away.
Tough night tackle so far for Ramirez, you feel. We're used to just picking the ball up and just bullying people off the ball, but just not had that physical edge at the moment against the Tottenham centre-halves.
Ball in behind from Ash Neville. Vinberg tries to find England. Spence takes aim and that goes wide. And Chelsea, hearts in their mouths at the moment as Spence geared up for that one, but it is wide. So I'm saying, sure, the UWC has it, but no leagues have it to my knowledge. Yeah, that doesn't change the fact they should, really. The WSL wants to be the pioneer, wants to be the big league in the women's game. That feels like a very easy thing to implement. Either way, 11 minutes left of this half.
Wow. It's flying by.
Yeah, looking at the numbers, Tottenham rank in the top 4 for goals scored, expected goals and shots, but in the bottom 3 for goals conceded, clean sheets and save ratio.
So bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen a team that are so strong in attack but just can't defend.
But I still think those numbers are skewed because, you know, they put a few past Crystal Palace when, I thought Palace gave them a few there. I thought the Villa game, they were very clinical in front of goal, but they didn't create a whole load of chances. So, I don't think that gives an accurate reading on their attack numbers. I don't think they're a very good side. I mean, their goals scored 10 will be impacted by tonight. Did they create that goal through brilliant football, which shows they're a great attacking side? Not at all. So, those numbers can be skewed to a certain extent. After 5 games, it's hard to get a good data reading. But I think the defensive numbers definitely show an issue.
There's a succession of fouls going on between both sides at the moment. The game's just not really going anywhere.
It's a very stop-start. It feels Chelsea just haven't got out of the frustration after conceding. Tottenham are more than happy just to knock it about and let the game be stop-start because it's suiting them. At the moment, they'll come away from a game against Chelsea with a point. Ball forward from Tottenham, cut out by Nusken. Now Hermano, here's Carnareed. Wants to send that ball forward, it's blocked out by Olga Artinen.
Yeah. I think there'll be a lot to think about for Bompastor. Again, it's been decent for Chelsea, but it draws the performance. Yeah, you feel like we're back on that Friday night against Aston Villa. Just haven't really got into the game.
Nusken sends it forwards. Ramirez tries to get it under control. Takes aim, and it's a good stop from Spencer. And there we're seeing signs from Ramirez getting into this game. She received that ball well. She's taken a little bit wide, but managing to get a shot away.
Yeah, and using what her biggest tool, which is her strength, just to get in front of her, or get across Neville there, and get the shot away.
But Hunt does so well just to force her wide.
Yeah, no.
And Tottenham coming forwards here. Olga Artinen, nice turn. Almost takes herself into trouble there, though. But they're playing around Hermano and Garnered there. Too easy for Tottenham.
I think without the error that led to the Chelsea goal, Tottenham could have easily not conceded yet. And that is what will frustrate them. Is that they're in this game, but without that error, Chelsea haven't really been on them or threatened too intensely. And I know there's still a long way to go, but this is where Chelsea would want a Lauren James, someone that even when you're not at the races, can just pick the ball up, run past 3 people, put it in the bottom corner, and win you the game.
To be fair, she's not really been that this season though for Chelsea.
No, she hasn't.
But I know what you mean. On her day, Lauren James can completely change the game in a blink of an eye, and that's what Chelsea need now as a game changer.
Yeah. And
for this season, it's been Carnareed for a lot of the games. It felt like she could have got to that pass from Romano. She gave up on it a little too soon there.
But yeah, and to be honest, the front 4 for Chelsea, I think, Ramirez is starting to get into the game. I think Hermano and Carnareed haven't seen Guro. Really haven't seen Guro.
No, we haven't. It's all been down this. The problem is Tottenham are coming down this left-hand side every time. So, we're not really seeing Guro over there. And Chelsea have always come down this right-hand side. Yeah. So.
Which,
that's a great turn from Cuthbert to take Spence out of the game. Knocks it left into Sandy Baltimore. And I don't think we do see Guro when she plays that role, where she drifts inside. Baltimore, it's blocked. It's going to fall now for right, and he pokes it inside. Ramirez can't quite get there. It hits the edge when no one lies in wait for Chelsea.
Baltimore should have gone to Guro first time there, rather than trying to cross herself and it getting blocked.
Buchanan has caught the ball. I'm hoping that there was a foul earlier. Yes, it's been halted for Sandy Baltimore getting hit in the face.
Buchanan's just caught it.
Oh God. Wouldn't be surprised with he slip.
I mean, it would be, yeah.
What happened here with Sandy Baltimore?
I don't really know. She had...
Oh, I was hoping we were going to see a replay, but...
Just keep watching her.
Yeah, one of those.
Holding her eye.
Annabelle Saney asking, you think Spurs going to pull a surprise? Well, the moment they are, I think, though, based on how this game's been played, Chelsea should win. Tottenham have had one shot on target.
Based on what's in from Tottenham this season, there's a defensive error or two to come into it.
Ash Neville keeps kicking the ball off and going and grabbing it. I'm not sure why. I mean, maybe she'll win one.
It's not even a 50-50 that,
Wrighton drives inside. Cuthbert wanted to take on the shot there, but the space just wasn't there for her. Here's Lucy Bronze.
I think Chelsea would rather the free kick than a Bronze out here.
Nuska nothing support. Bronze puts it in there, cleared out by Hunt.
I think Chelsea would have... Cuthbert was fouled and he's played advantage, but I think Chelsea would have rather had the free kick. Yeah, free kick in the centre of the goal or Lucy Bronze fanning around on the right-hand side.
Unfortunately, the ref can't take into account that Lucy Bronze is just not very good.
He's not going to beat her man, cross it in.
Bright goes back there to Hampton. Chelsea look under so much pressure here. Nuskin. They relieve it quite effectively. Ramirez. Now Guro Wrighton. Tries to execute that in behind for Sandy Baltimore. Just too easy there because Baltimore's already hugging that line. They know where that ball's going to go. So Guro tries something different, but she's never going to get there.
No.
It's just too readable at the moment. Chelsea are way too predictable. Way too predictable. Annabelle saying Chelsea are way too strong. Alex says Chelsea haven't got much off the bench besides Aggie in terms of attacking options.
Hell of an option though.
Oh yeah, very true. Now to be fair, I think this side that's out there will be fine. It's just get them in at the break, recast the message, and then go from there. Ash Neville's headed out of play. She believes it's a Tottenham threat.
She gets the ball, throws it on.
Cuthbert. Bright. Alex says, I'm fine, but I also saw the game at Anfield earlier, yeah. That was frustrating. UHS says, is Bronze really that bad? She's not bad. She's a player that frustrates me massively. I think that defensively she's just really... Her position is really poor. Which, considering, the quality she possesses, or so, she used to, I don't think she's taken a step down. That's why Barcelona didn't want her anymore. I think it's odd that we would go and chase Barcelona's offcasts. Yeah. Because why don't they want Bronze anymore? That's what you've got to consider. Yeah. And then you look at how she's defended so far for Chelsea, and she gave Arsenal the goal at the weekend, last weekend, because she should have dealt with that and didn't with Caitlin Ford. I think, her attacking play is still decent. Naz there handballing it and taking it in her stride. Luckily, Heaslip is on it.
Yeah, Bronze didn't read it very well, and then Naz just knocks it forward with her arm.
Pushed it forward, sorry. Ryerson says, Sonia's half-time talk is going to be fun. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how that is. Hopefully... Yeah, indeed. Hopefully it is a real roar that gets Chelsea back into this game, but... Yeah, a weird one. Mike Down says, has there been a goal line replay yet? Did the ball go in? Apologies if already asked. That's all right, Mike. We have seen replays. It didn't look like it went over the line. It looks like, because obviously for it to count, the whole ball has to go over the line, and it just doesn't look like that happens. It looks like partially, definitely, and you can see where that judgment call can be made. Yeah. Because it's tough for the liner because you can't see that. You need goal line technology, really. Yeah. But obviously we don't have that, and so yeah. To me, it didn't look over. I would need to see.
The problem is
the angles just aren't great. Obviously,
people will say that the lino can use the post there. People will say he can't see through the post, but obviously the ball. If the whole ball goes past the post, then he knows it in the goal. The ball doesn't. If the whole ball doesn't go past the post, then he knows it's not a goal. I don't know how he could see enough to wave his flag in the air and go, that's a definite goal.
Well, that's what I mean. Because if there's any area of doubt, surely you err on the side of the caution and don't give it. I don't get why you would give the goal if there's any doubt.
But his flag went up before. I mean, even if you look at it,
Brighton ball in towards the near post, and that's headed in, and Chelsea are on front again. It's Guro's ball onto the head of Millie Bright. It looked like it might have gone in directly from the corner, but Bright did put it in there, and it's Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1, and an execution there of the set piece routine to perfection.
Yeah, very much so. It's been a bit of a slow half for both sides, and you felt that if a goal was to come, it would come through something like a set piece. It's a brilliant move from Millie Bright. Oh no, that's nothing to do with Millie Bright. It's an own goal.
Ah,
it is.
It looked like Bright was claiming
headed in by Nilden, and it might go down as a Guro goal because it was going on target.
Should do.
So Millie Bright did nothing. She ran made great run from the penalty spot to the near post. She didn't touch it. She then runs off like she scored.
She put everyone under pressure.
Yeah.
She forced the
and then Nilden scored the Tottenham goal, and has just turned one in her own net. And she handed the goal to Chelsea, this first goal to Chelsea, because she fell over the ball.
Guro Masterclass says Alex. Anderson Garcia says goal indeed. Jean says own goal. Yeah, it looked like it came off Amanda Nilden. But yeah, really good ball in from Guro. Just gives Nilden there.
Nilden's been at the heart of the
really
centre.
tough decision.
She's given Chelsea. She stuck one in her own net. She fell over the ball for the first, and she scored the controversial Tottenham goal.
Yeah.
What a night. What a 45 minutes for Amanda Nilden.
And we've got 2 more of those 45 minutes before this half will be over. 2 minutes of additional time. Here is England. And that's one back by Shoka Nuskin. And she plays that towards Maya Ramirez, but that is overhit. Where the line moved though, I thought she was going to try and bring that down. Running onto it.
Well, if the far side line is playing for Tottenham, the near side line can play for Chelsea.
Just keep it playing. Keep it in play.
Not going to be 12 and it's just Heaslip on her own.
Ramirez holds on to that well.
But again, Chelsea are now doing what they get the ball into Ramirez, her back to goal, get her just to bully everyone off the ball, and then find the attacking outlets.
Suffolk says Nilden, Chelsea's best player today.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably should have dealt better with Carnereed. And obviously scores that own goal. I thought it was 2 minutes additional time, by the way, if they added one.
Oh, they added one. It definitely was 2.
Yeah.
It's now 3. Voila.
I don't know if someone at Sky's read the board wrong or whether they've added an extra one, but either way. But yeah, Nilden has Alex saying Nilden has a very bad day like Kadina last week. Yeah, Kadina did not have a great game against Chelsea. That's Bayern, sorry. Who did Kadina play?
Lalarenga. It was Lalarenga game,
yeah.
She was a shocker. Which was
She
interesting.
didn't play against Chelsea. No. Arsenal in general just weren't great. Mike Dunn says, awesome feed, lads. I've subbed and turned the bell on. I'll be back. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it massively. Always enjoy seeing someone with a tick to their name in chat. It's fantastic to see. But yeah, welcome, Mike. But yeah, we're almost at the half here then. Just saying, get in 2-1 Chelsea. Are you watching on a delayed feed, Chelsea fan? But no, that's alright. Chelsea coming forwards now. Nuskin. Guro Wrighton puts it into the box. Carnery tries to meet it in the air.
Call that. That was falling to Lucy Bronze. To go sail
Bronze.
No.
Now Buchanan.
You know, after all this year of us getting annoyed at her,
She's just scored in the Championship final.
Yeah, she goes score the winning goal. And
I'll buy a bronze.
Yes, all 3 of them.
I'll have a shrine over here.
Home away third.
Yeah.
That whole wall is just Lucy Bronze shirts.
We'll get him signed. Yeah. Here's Hermano. That's a great pass into Baltimore, who lifts it towards Guro Wrighton. Wrighton tries to get it under her control, manages to win a throw. That can't Ash Neville again.
Ash Neville's best defensive attribute is she can put it out for a throw.
And then try and claim it. She has.
Yeah. She's like trying to do the McCabe, but it just doesn't work. Ramirez, that's a penalty. Oh, it's a free kick. That was in the box.
We haven't got VAR, unfortunately.
No, we got Heaslip. I think it was just outside. I think it was more the foul was outside the box. Ramirez fell in the box. Here we go to the better angle. Ramirez spins.
That's
it's close.
The contact starts outside the box, so I can see why it's
Neville's holding. There's the grab.
For me, that's a penalty. I get that, the contact starts outside the box. You can see how it's given as a free kick. Heaslip's going to err on the side of caution, but that's a pen for me. I find that the officiating side's been really odd. Either way, Chelsea leads. And they could make something work off this free kick. Guro Wrighton delivers it. Bright flicks it on.
She
and
definitely got something on that one.
I was going to say, she tried to claim the other one. She definitely didn't get anything on it there. She tried to score. That would have been hers. But it is half-time here at Kings Meadow. Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1. A first half plagued by some interesting decision-making. But alas, at the break, it is Chelsea who lead by 2-1.
I think decision-making is the theme of the half. From the officials, from Amanda Nilden.
From all the players.
And a very interesting half. An unorthodox half. I don't think any of us expected that from the first 45. But if anything, we've got the result we expected. Chelsea leading. And, well, I don't think that, reflect. I think if you looked at this on paper, you'd probably just look at it and go, oh, Chelsea are winning. What a surprise. But I definitely don't think that paints the picture of what we've just seen in that first 45.
Now, an action-packed first half. FC Giant saying, I still think this will end in a draw. Tottenham have some fight left in them. It'll be interesting because I'd not seen much of that fight, if I'm honest. They've had one shot on target in 45 minutes, and that was a very interesting shot on target. It was a ball forwards that ended up on target, that ended up in the back of the net. Or did it? That is the big conversation from that first half. But other than that, Tottenham had a lot of the ball until that last 5-10 minutes where Chelsea really started to dictate the game a bit more. So, yeah, I'm not sure. It's difficult to read into that first half because so much changed after Tottenham's goals. We talk so much about game state, or we talk occasionally about game state on the channel, and the goal clearly changed the game state because Tottenham suddenly played with a bit more confidence. Chelsea, there was a good 5-10 minutes where there was a lot of silly fouls going in, and it just felt like this frustration boiled over from that goal and into their general play. So that definitely had an impact, and not a positive one. So I think there'll be a lot of frustration around that, and obviously how that impacted Chelsea's game from there. But they brought it back towards the end of the half, and they finished strong. They easily could have had another goal in there. It's not a bad first half for Chelsea.
Very, it was, I think it definitely, as you say, did take a while for Chelsea just to get back to grip. We saw a lot of frustration, especially Hannah Hampton's reaction was, if anything, Hannah Hampton's reaction was quite telling of the event. But I do think that Chelsea did get it right.
Fury.
I mean, the fact that she was that annoyed about it, I think should say everything you need to know. Because at the end of the day, a goalkeeper doesn't protest and get that angry if she knows it's gone in. Hampton would have known. Like, if it had gone in, she'd have probably just got on with it.
Should have, because we know the type of player Hannah Hampton is. You wouldn't, if there's any sort of doubt, obviously you're going to contest it. But I think Hannah's the type of keeper that would be more annoyed at herself for making that mistake. Yeah. Instead, it's that utter outrage because she saved that, and then for that to be given the other way, that is such a frustrating situation.
Yeah, Chelsea responded well, and eventually, yes, they didn't find the back of the net themselves, but they forced an error and once again put Tottenham under pressure, and they collapsed again. Yeah. Another defensive, two goals from two defensive errors for Tottenham. It's the story of their season. They are just way too expensive in the back. They just keep. That's the thing. Then some goals. Yeah, I think you look at United's second goal last weekend, and I think a couple of other goals they conceded have been really good. But the majority of Tottenham's goals this season have been really stupid goals to concede.
Well,
where they've handed them.
All of Tottenham's goals, all of United's goals last week were, you had two which were crossed into the box that Tottenham didn't deal with.
Yeah.
And then you had a penalty, which Ash Neville gave away.
Get that ready tonight. Ash Neville could have given away 3 penalties in 3 games at the very end of the half there. But, again, another tough game for Ash Neville. It's just... And overall, just the defence. Spencer, it was... The first one from Hermano initially came from Nilden losing the ball in her own third, and and the shot was deflected, and Spencer got a hand on it, and it still went in the back of the net.
Yeah.
And then the second one was obviously a massive miscommunication where Nilden heads it past her own goalkeeper.
Yeah, we've got a lot of chat messages to go through, which is what we love to see. So let's talk about them. Lucky saying, "What we playing, lads? Better shape up second half. Aside from the goal maker has been awful. Can't hold on to the ball." Harsh assessment there of Maker Hermano. I don't think she had a bad half at all. I don't think Chelsea held onto the ball particularly well. No. I think we were quite wasteful in possession. And again, I think that came a bit from frustration, a bit from Tottenham also being up for it.
Yeah.
Chelsea didn't have much of the ball, to be fair. So I think it's hard to label that just on Maker Hermano. And obviously she took that goal really well. So I think that does mitigate it somewhat. Nduzo Tabia, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that name correctly, says, we are finished, our players are washed, poor decision making from defence to attack. A damning review of that first 45, and one I wouldn't agree with. I don't think we're finished or washed.
Is that Tottenham?
Potentially. Could be Tottenham. I'm not sure. Underduzo, give us some more context. Are you a Chelsea or Tottenham fan? Because if it's Tottenham...
That makes a lot of sense.
Then I would agree. If it's Chelsea, I don't. I don't think I think our decision making in the final third has been fine tonight. I would agree in other games, but Carnery's decision to square that to Herman, I think, was fine. Other than that, we've just not really got into attacking areas, and then obviously the corner that went in. But yeah. And Mike Downs asks, are you both Chelsea fans as you're wearing the shirts, or do you just wear shirts to match the fixture? We are both Chelsea fans.
Yes.
We try to be neutral on the commentary. Obviously, when it's a Chelsea game, as you can probably tell from tonight's broadcast, it's a bit more difficult to do so. But we do try and remain as neutral as possible with our
Yeah, I usually
takes.
avoid wearing the shirt, but I had it on because for the Chelsea-Liverpool game, and I forgot to get changed.
Fair enough. I always wear the Chelsea shirt.
Yeah,
I was wearing a Chelsea shirt early on the City stream. I had a jumper on over the top because I didn't want people to click off instantly.
That's right, yeah.
I was like, I want to be Chelsea underneath. So
like it.
I did have the Chelsea shirt on. And almost, Villa almost held on there.
They
and then I
did.
would have taken off the jumper and just been jumping up and down, but unfortunately that didn't come through. Lucky says Baltimore should be off for Ash. Both been poor both ends. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're doing in attacking areas with Sunday Baltimore and Kura. It's just not working. And that has not crossed the line. The angle was terrible.
Well, what frustrates me more is
Doesn't
that
look over
the
the line.
lino's waving his flag around before the ball's actually deepest in the net.
Yeah, I'm watching the line on this one.
Well, he does, but by the time he gets there, he's running down. He can't see any of that. He's not even in line with it. Then he waves his flag in there like a bell end. Like, I don't get how he can do that. If he's in line with it and he gets it wrong...
But that is not fair.
No. If he's in line with it and he gets it wrong, that's bad. But the fact he thinks that's in the goal, when... he's not even in line with that. He can't see that. There's no way. He's not on the byline.
It's one of those, we can't change anything. I can argue about it till Christmas. It's not going to change the fact. At least Chelsea are leading going into the break, because I think that's deserved.
Because
has gone down as a nil-to own goal, even though that was a shot on target.
Spencer they've got to talk.
Communication there, yeah.
There should be a shout from Spencer. Why would Spencer go for it and not shout for it? And if Spencer shouted for it, what is Nilden doing? If Spencer hasn't shouted for it, why not?
I think you can put, again, blame on Spencer for both goals tonight. I think there's some serious doubts over the.
She got a hand to the first one.
She got a huge bit of contact in the first one. Just couldn't keep it out. I think that's a real cause for concern for Tottenham this season. She's not played particularly well. He's at frustration there because Hampton is right to be frustrated to a certain extent. I know you can't shout at referees, but you've got to have some mitigation for me, because she's going to be frustrated.
But it depends what she said.
Yeah, true. But
if she's gone,
she's not
that's
even.
a joke.
But Hampton's not even had a chance to speak before Heath's getting the card out.
Yeah.
That's
Heath-slip tax. We can't get annoyed at that.
Indoduzo says I'm a blue. I don't think then Chelsea have been that bad.
We're not washed. We're winning 4 games from 4 at the stands.
We've won every game on Sunday Bompastor. But yeah. Either way. Alex says one attacker on the bench, 5 defenders and 2 midfielders. Are there no youth attackers for Sonia's bench? Our youth academy has not provided many great attackers, to be fair.
Apart from Aggie.
Well, no, there aren't any currently.
Currently, yeah.
We don't have anyone that is particularly a standout. When people talk about the youth team, in at least from what I've heard, it's Rhea Bowes is really good, but we've lost her to Sporting for some reason.
Yeah.
Brooke Aspin, huge quality.
Yeah.
You've got
Potter.
Yeah, I was about to say Lexi Potter, obviously now on loan at Crystal Palace. Her and Aspin both on loan at Crystal Palace.
But other things are fine. Bartel's not on the bench tonight. Why not? We've got space.
Is she still injured?
No, she came on against Twente.
Oh, there we go. No, she didn't.
So
I don't know.
It's bizarre. That is what I find bizarre. What is Bartel doing that is better than her having a chance to come off the bench?
We have got Wardlaw. Did we send her out on loan again in the end? I think we did, didn't we?
Yes,
that's
she got injured.
issue. Oh yeah, I do remember that brief. I think I watched how she went out on loan to Charlton.
Because I know London City Lionesses had 2 injury. Like not, I don't think they're both ACLs, but I think one was an ACL and one was an injury. It might not be her, but that I just remember seeing that that's another point. Right. But yeah, it's weird. I think it's always weird that teams don't file if you've got the players. Send a full bench. Why don't you fill the bench up? Never have a spare seat.
Yeah, right. Saying, guys, if you're new to the WSL, it's usually less toxic than men's league, so calm it down with the doom and gloom. I agree. I do think though that the football culture, or at least women's football culture, has definitely taken a bit of a change, a bit of a turn this season, and we saw the whole Jonas out stuff.
Yeah,
and I thought that was quite interesting because we've not seen that sort of level of toxicity and frustration.
No.
But I'm not sure it's toxic. You know, I think there's stuff like that is still quite jovial in its nature.
Yeah.
And I think being frustrated at performances is a natural part of the sport.
That's the thing. I think that's the problem. I think that the men's game takes it too far, and you end up on the lines of abuse and anger. I think frustration is fine though. Like being frustrated at a manager in a world class job for not doing his job properly is valid. Being frustrated for an official in a world class league to not doing his job properly is valid. It's when people start abusing them, and that's horrible, and you never want to see that. And no one said a bad word about Idaval. It's just that he wasn't very good at his job, and I think you're allowed to be frustrated. He's in a very important. That's not.
Well, I don't think. Yeah, that's the thing. People say, "Oh, we're going close to men's football culture." We're not.
Nowhere near.
There's no one going to a women's football game looking for a punch up, and
No.
that for me is the key difference at the moment.
We went to the Emirates,
I don't think we'll ever be in that situation.
And I felt sad, and I knew that you could sit right next to the away. They don't put stewards there. There's no one there to stop me jumping over into the Arsenal fans. But the Arsenal fans know I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Yet. No. I'll never do that.
You're going to get yourself banned from the Emirates just for
That's how we want. That's how we want it.
Yeah. Testman says we need another goal to kill it off. Agree. Alex says the Smith Michelle girl is also injured whole year. Well, ACL, again, it's a bit of a horrible one. Obviously, she picked up hers in February. If it's the usual 9 to 12 months, she may not be back till February. So, yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, obviously, I know Jill, ACL injuries are all different for every individual, and they can vary massively in how serious they are. But Jill Ward recovered in 7 months.
Record time.
Something like that. 7 months, 6 months.
And I mean, she's already flying at Man City.
Yeah, and she looks fine. Obviously, Sam Kerr picked up her injury in January. We're hoping to see her back before Christmas.
Yeah, that would be big.
Obviously, the thing to bear in mind is that the WSL go for a break in mid-December, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just saved Kerr now for the new year.
Is that the game changer for Chelsea? Sam Kerr back?
To me, it's the biggest problem for Chelsea is how do you piece together this attack? It's a lovely issue to have. Don't get me wrong. It's a premium issue to have, but it does pose a question as to how you fit Sam Kerr into the Chelsea attack.
I think it'll be interesting because Jill Rod's come back and she looks to be in really good form. But we did see Williamson and Mead as they never got back to their prime form. And is there a slight concern for Sam Kerr that will she come back and deliver, or will there be a slight drop in performance? And that would be a massive shame to see. But I think it'll be tough for Chelsea fans if Sam Kerr if she comes back and doesn't deliver the world class level we're used to her being.
Yeah, John says if only Spurs could defend. True, but Tottenham haven't attacked in today's game, John. I think they played. Yeah. Obviously, you can say they probably shouldn't. They probably should have done better. With the goals they've conceded, but equally, and normally you can look at Tottenham's attack and say, well, you know what, they're doing really well in attacking areas. Say that hasn't been the case. They've not. They've had one chance and they've had one shot on target. Sorry, they have had other chances, but they've not really generated shots and not been high quality chances.
Looks like Chelsea may return to their bench
that
as
looks
well.
like Vika Captain coming on. Hopefully it's not injury related because we've had so many issues.
Yeah.
You'd hope that this would be performance related.
And I wouldn't be just to add a bit more pace and energy in the midfield. Really, I think you could say that Nuskin and Cuthbert have just been a little flat.
Could it be pushing Nuskin on potentially?
That is the other option as well. If you wanted to change Hermano or Guro or whoever. But yeah, definitely an option.
Horizon saying Mia just did a post on her Insta that she's on her way back to London. So that is encouraging. Obviously, she was in the US, I believe, getting treatment.
Because she went and hung out the squad during pre-season, which was nice.
Yeah, so she's in the US for her treatment. Spencer should have done better with that. So that is positive. Obviously, she's still got to build up that sharpness. She's still got to, be. She'll go back into training now, into non-contact training. Then you have which is a couple week stage, then non-contact training. Obviously, these sorts of things can be sort of rushed through, but I'd rather see her.
Especially with Fischel, who
over time
is a very good player, but she's not vital to Chelsea.
Yeah,
and because she's still quite young and still a very exciting prospect, there's no need to rush her back.
And speaking of captain, on for Erin Cuthbert. Is Erin Cuthbert struggling with injury at the moment? Because she's played so little football. She's a player who was ever present for Emma Hayes.
Is it another one managing minutes though? Because she is so crucial. She's that steel in the Chelsea midfield. Sonia realising there isn't much of a fight in the midfield, to be completely honest. I don't think Arsenal and Summer are the
But also the drop down to captain, it's not a drop down.
Oh no,
she's looked at the same level as Erin Cuthbert this season. I don't think Cuthbert's had a great season.
No,
and I say that as one of Cuthbert's biggest fans. I bloody love Erin Cuthbert, but she's not been at one of the best players in the WSL like she normally
on
is.
her day. She delivers for Chelsea in the highest capacity. That goal against Barcelona in the semi-final first leg, was absolutely huge.
Yeah, and it will be Chelsea gets back underway. Alex saying, what's with Macario at the moment? No idea. She's always injured, Kat Macario. I'm hoping she'll be back fit soon because she's a player that's really good. Chelsea gets back underway in this game. Ramirez knows back to captain and we're underway. It's Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1 with 45 minutes left. Chelsea aiming to win and go 4 from 4 to start this season and keep the pressure on Man City at the top. Tottenham hoping to come back and register just their second win of the season.
Yeah, I feel with Macario, either she's injured or she's playing and is getting a goal contribution.
Yeah.
Like it's either a goal, assist or injured.
Well, she scored against Palace, didn't she?
Yeah.
And now she's not even on the bench. Carnery trying to come inside, swan back. I just feel that in the run-in last season, Chelsea seemed to rush so many players back from injury. And I think now what Bompastor is doing is just those players are then getting re-injured, and that is an issue.
Yeah.
Because I think Lauren James seemed to be injured every other week in the run-in, but then or the build-up to the run-in, and then she played at the end of the season because they needed her to.
Yeah. Whereas Chelsea can get through these early months, get through the early round. They're at a point, because the Champions League group stage and because we're not yet in the FA Cup, Chelsea are at the point where they can get away with their star players only playing one game a week.
Yeah.
Which is very manageable. And then once they get to the business end, when you've got the semi-final, and then a league game and a semi-final, they've got the big players ready to play.
Carnery here looking to put this ball into the box. Chops inside and out. Looking for the space to cross. Can't find it. Lays it off to Hermano. And that is not a great ball in. It ends up in the home end.
Yeah, not a great ball in. And, well worked by Carnery to recycle it. And Hermano would want that one back.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not a great ball in.
But yeah, I do. The other thing we haven't talked about with Lucy Bronze is obviously she is the communicator for Chelsea.
Yeah, translator. She's Google Translate.
She is. That's why they signed her.
Yeah,
because
great.
Even as she said, on the pitch, she's speaking Spanish to Ramirez, speaking English to the rest of the team, and speaking French to Baltimore.
I mean that is great, but equally, a translator costs significantly less and doesn't have to play right back.
Yeah, it's on the pitch. It's just a random lady who can just translate at right back. Someone's like, right.
Football's a universal language.
Yeah, it is. And obviously that's why they can still play and work things out.
Yeah. Ryan says, plus the switch to international duty and back again is the time players are starting to get injured, so now's the time to manage minutes hard. Yeah, and if possible, don't let people go to international duty like Lauren James.
At the end of the day, England aren't going to need her.
Against friendly matches, no internationals are needed. Yeah.
So,
we're already qualified for the Euros, aren't we?
Oh yeah, of course we are.
So it's just friendly matches. I mean, if we get to go watch England, Germany, England, USA, I'm not complaining.
But there's no point worrying, And again, Serena will know that, and she will rotate.
That's why I was somewhat surprised by this team selection. I'd have thought. I mean, I expect the actual team will feature a lot of rotation players and a lot of people getting an opportunity to play for England. But I also see the argument that there are fans that are paying to go, and so you want to see the best players on the pitch. However, as a fan who's paying to go, I would rather watch 11 amateur players than see any Chelsea players on the pitch.
I wouldn't, because I've paid money. And if I want to watch 11, I'd just go down to Local Park and for a lot less money.
No, I just don't want to see any Chelsea players on the pitch. I love watching Chelsea
I
play,
think Millie
obviously.
Bright will probably play.
Hope not.
That's right, she's Millie
Hope
Bright.
she doesn't play for England.
She'll just strap up every limb in her body. And
Equally,
still
we
deliver
want
it.
her playing at the next Euros, so.
Yeah.
But I would not mind if it's Greenwood and Letitia. Ball forward from
What a
Tottenham,
backline,
captain,
though,
caps it out.
That's it. I think England's back four is phenomenal. When
Depending on who
fit.
they play at right back.
I wouldn't mind seeing Lucy Bronze. That means we have to rotate Perisay in every now and again. See, Perisay played the Thursday, so definitely, again, just managing those minutes for Chelsea.
I think I know who Bjorn wants to play against.
I mean, after her performance against Arsenal in the Champions League, she really want it.
Here is Bronze. Does Bjorn is Bayern, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eula Brands.
Yeah.
Wolfsburg.
So we watched Bill play for Bayern. I remember it.
Here's Buchanan.
She played very well.
I just remember Panina harder.
Buchanan.
Brute forcing her way out of the Tottenham
What
press.
a run. Brilliant, yeah.
Safa's translator running on the pitch. Yeah, like a lino.
If you can't play out of the press, just run out of the press.
Just Khadija Buchanan through it.
Cannons over Beth England.
Nice.
And then gets tripped up by Spence.
It's like a battering ram.
Yeah. Battering ram. Buchanan the battering ram.
That's what Ramirez does.
Yeah.
There's no space in the back line. That's alright, I'll make some.
Even if she hasn't got the ball, just cut a path through the back for the defence for her teammates.
Vinberg, and that's why I'm back in there by Ramirez, and now she'll bring it forwards for Chelsea. Still going Ramirez for Chelsea.
I think
Kind of reads.
Bringing Kerr for Ramirez eventually, you do lose a lot of physicality.
But you do get a lot of potency.
You do score every shot, yeah.
Ball in,
oh,
it
wow.
flicks around the penalty area. Bright will try and get it down. Competes for it in there, Millie Bright, and then loses it, and now Tottenham will look to break. Naz.
Bolton's got to be careful here, can't afford to foul her, does grab her a little bit, just want to let her go though.
Captain tries to come across. Naz is doing great to keep this ball.
Yeah.
And has run herself off the field.
Yeah. Really good
Just
from
under
Captain.
pressure.
And smart from Baltimore to realise that she was on the yellow and she can't pull Naz back there.
Yeah. Alex says, how do you guys rate Perisay versus Lucy at the moment? I think Perisay's a better defender. I'm absolutely stunned that we haven't seen Eva Perisay get many minutes this season. Did you play 20?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the 20 game, unfortunately. We were busy. If not, we would have been live for that as well. But yeah.
I mean, I just remember watching the highlights. Chelsea just going for goal of the group stage, I think, with Aggies and then Hermanos. Some lovely finishes.
Here's Khadija Buchanan. Hamano. Nusken. There's Vika Captain. Baltimore. Ball down the line trying to find Guro Wrighton. And Neville almost wasn't running that off, but she does knock it out for a throw.
I think, again, this game does keep proving the point that this season is so much more competitive.
Yeah.
Arsenal today took them 70 minutes to score against West Ham. City had to come from behind again. And even Chelsea here.
Crystal Palace drew with Liverpool. Huge point for Palace.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, Chelsea here 2-1. I mean, obviously, again, extenuating circumstances, but you consider this game last season. It was the opener, of course, and Chelsea beat them 2-0 and looked really comfortable.
A few years back,
3-0, I think.
even if Chelsea had played at 60%, they could have won 4-0.
I think that speaks more of Tottenham than overquality league, but I get the point you're making.
But that kind of happened to every team. Chelsea could rock up at half arse and probably still win the game.
Yeah. Safa says, I thought they signed Bronze for the Champions League. I didn't expect she'd play this much in the league. I think second half of the season, she probably will play less in the league because obviously you want to rotate and she'll be favoured for the Champions League games. Probably Perisay in the Champions League if I'm totally
I'd rather the other way around. I'd rather have Bronze's attacking out, and live defensive struggles in the league, and then play Perisay, who's more solid in the Champions League.
But you don't, Lucy Bronze doesn't come to play just WSL games.
She doesn't.
I don't know why she's come.
But maybe Sonia will just tell her no. I don't want to concede. I want to win the Champions League.
I don't know. I think she's a good player. I don't know if I'm just being harsh, but when I watch her, she frustrates me that she can't defend. Can't read. It doesn't help I didn't like her before she joined Chelsea. Obviously, I'd like every Chelsea player. You have to.
Yeah.
It's part of supporting a team.
Yeah, it's in the T's and C's when you support the club.
Support the club. It is Baltimore.
Bright. Just hit
That's
it.
a sort of really bright range, isn't it? Where she might have a pop, but it just knocks
in
out
the
wide. Carnery puts it into the box. No one reacts. Baltimore keep it alive, and that is not a great
Baltimore
cross.
killed it. If anything.
It stabbed on its head.
Yeah.
Alex said 4-4-2 with Sam and Myra in front. So it's interesting. I mean, I was talking about the other day how we could, how could Chelsea work two strikers into a formation, and
because you don't want to do what Arsenal did, where you're playing or you're playing one of them attack midfield or one of them to the left.
So what Erin Cuthbert's eating, it looks like Oreos. I don't think it is.
It did look like chocolate though. She's because there's spare seats. She's lied out on the seats and just watching the game. It's like she looks like she's at home on a sofa.
Yeah, I love Erin Cuthbert.
Maybe there was no injury. She's like, maybe she's offered to come off.
But no, yeah, I was looking at how Chelsea play now, and it's that 3-2-4-1 type shape. How do you evolve that? And the evolution it took in men's football from the WM, which is how, when you think about it, the 3-2-3-2, it looks like a WM on the pitch. Herbert Chapman's formation in the 60s, it then went towards an MM. So yeah, two strikers up front, three across the next line, then two midfielders, three across the back line.
3-2-3-2.
3-2-3-2. And so would that work for this Chelsea team? I think the issue you would have is that...
It's offending.
True, but...
I think especially...
And it's just where everyone would line up. The problem is you can't fit Guro and Lauren James in that, or if you do, then you need to push someone into midfield from the back line to form that sort of shape. So it's difficult to do with this. I don't think Chelsea's squad is suited to it. I think the team that is suited to it, and it's going to sound insane, could be Manchester United. If they had a second striker to play with Tottenham. But I think United...
Spence.
Good save from Hampton.
First time to have really seen a Tottenham coming forward in this half, and Spence draws a good stop out of the Chelsea keeper.
Yeah.
But better from Tottenham's Jess Naz again finds a lovely ball. Spence kind of just drifts in there and no one's really pays attention to it, and a good save from Hannah Hampton.
Mike Down said, I've just read up on the 5 substitution rule in that each team has 3 opportunities for a sub, yet in addition to half time and any medical concussion. Wow, confusing. To be fair to someone, as someone who has, I don't know what I'm saying, because that system is so normal to me. I guess it does seem normal, but it's 3 stoppages.
It depends how you word
and
it.
Half time doesn't count as a stoppage, so you have to make those changes within those stoppages. It's basically to prevent teams just being able to make 5 subs and using each sub as a chance to stop the game and just kill the game off.
I think you just got to word it as 3 stoppages for 5 subs and half time.
And then concussion subs are separate. So if there's a concussion rated substitution, you can make that sub without it counting towards your 5. But to be fair, with 5 subs now, it's very rare that you would see someone change their whole team. 6 subs is more than half. Yichen says, given to the records, Lucy has a UWCL. Isn't it good news for Chelsea to have her on the team? Yeah, and that leadership and that experience can be so invaluable.
Lucky charm and translator.
But I just don't know. She's 34. It's not 33, 34. There's not going to be any return on investment. I think yes, she was a fantastic player, and there are still good attributes to her game, but I just think she's a little bit past it. I think going maybe somewhere like the NWSL where the average age is just a bit higher. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe that would have suited her more. Nuskin.
Best performance of the season was Palace, which against weaker defences when she can get forward and contribute.
Ball into the box, and that is poked away by Ashley Neville.
What's a goal kick about? But yeah,
just a throw again.
I don't know. The problem is that playing for Chelsea and the strength now of the league and of the Champions League, you don't get many opportunities to come. She doesn't get many chances to come forward and just attack, which is what she's brilliant at. So it's a hard one. It's a really hard one.
Yeah.
Looks like even tonight she can't get forward.
Because also, how she's used in the system because of Niamh Charles is that we're never going to see that right back.
That is the other
forwards.
point. Yeah.
She only get forwards occasionally. The issue then is when she goes forwards, you end up with a situation where your rest defence is 2-2, which can work if you have super pacey centre halves. Now, I like Brighton Buchanan, but their strength is not being able to recover back quickly.
Their strength is strength.
Exactly.
When you got Bjorn in there, it's better, but it's still not ideal because Bjorn is quicker. But compared to the top strikers in the world, Bjorn is not quick.
She's not bad, to be fair.
She's not bad, no.
Quick defender, and I think that's probably, looking at this system, it's probably why they've moved to sign Melis and Pommet.
Yes,
because a very quick defender,
and she is your replacement for Bright and Buchanan.
Hopefully, long-term replacement for them. And
I think that's the future Chelsea back too, isn't it? With probably Bjorn and Pommet. Hopefully, they both develop as they're meant to.
Yeah.
One back again by Chelsea. Chelsea aren't really pushing, but Tottenham aren't causing any issues. That's a good ball in from Guro, but no, how has no one got a touch on that? Just fly straight through the penalty area.
Alex says left mid Guro, right mid LJ, two central midfielders of Sioka and Erin. Yeah, I see where your 4-4-2 works out of possession. Obviously that takes out Joanna Writing Carnareid, which I wouldn't like either. I think that's the other issue. I'd rather just rotate Kerr and Ramirez.
Yeah, which I think we will, especially when Kerr will be brought back slowly.
Yeah.
And I think...
I mean, Carnareid's undroppable right now.
Yeah, but the other thing will be, it'll depend. Some opponents, you're going to need the physicality of Ramirez. Look at Barcelona when, if Chelsea, you're going to want to go for Ramirez, but in the games where you need goals, you want to put defences to the sword and you just want to score loads of goals because you've got Sam Kerr, then you go Sam Kerr.
Yeah.
That is a little bit sloppy out the back from Chelsea, but one back well by captain.
Both their styles are quite complementary. They're quite similar. I mean, not complementary. So playing the two of them up front doesn't really offer you anything.
No.
If you've got to play two strikers, get Angry Beaver Jones on the pitch.
Yeah.
Or Lauren James. I mean, look at how they played last season against Barcelona. When you had Ramirez and James up there. Because you wanted to play a bit more defensively. And then, Carnareid was used as a wing back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, something like that again. Joe says Lucy Bronze is a beast. FC Giant says the pace of the end of themselves too fast. Bronze won't be able to keep up. Nice little difference in those two statements. And Alex saying Lucy can't defend in the big UWSL games, like against Real Madrid. That was abysmal. Well, that's the thing. I think in all the big games this season, Bronze hasn't played well. She was awful against Arsenal. She wasn't great against Real Madrid. Her position was terrible against Real Madrid. It's just, a real source of frustration, that positioning. Luke onto the stream as well, saying, hey, welcome to the stream, Luke. But yeah.
Chelsea is doing a good job of seeing this game through.
Half an hour to go. It's not comfortable at all because there is only that one goal in it. I think Chelsea would like a goal, would like that cushion. But Tottenham haven't come forwards in the second half.
Yeah,
Bar that one chance of space that was saved by Hampton. And a ball in behind, Ramirez holds it up well, gives it to Captain. It's struck and it's just wide. That's where it's Guro, right? And popped up in a strange position there, Guro. Has she got to do better with this?
I do think so. Bobbles up, relayed off beautifully by Ramirez. Guro just tries to find the corner.
She goes to the near corner. Could she go across goal here?
Probably, yeah. I think Spencer would have had it if she had found the corner. But there's going to be a change then for Tottenham. That's going to be Beth England coming off.
Hasn't got Marta Thomas on in their place. Yeah, we've not seen England.
No. Which is a surprise. And applause from the Chelsea fans as well, which is quite nice to see.
Yeah, of course. Former player and a fantastic player in her day, Beth England. Still a reliable performer for Tottenham, just not tonight. And Marta Thomas coming on in her place.
Yeah, both strikers been used. Again, I mean, Tottenham's a perfect example of strikers being used well in rotation. We see, Villaharm seems to choose those two based on opponent. Yeah, in terms of which one he prefers.
Rosen saying, that pass by Myra was amazing. Yeah, she brought that down really nicely and cushioned it back to Guro. Just a shame Guro couldn't dispatch of the opportunity. Her hold-up play is second to none, I believe. Myra Ramirez.
Yeah.
There's not a striker in the world. Well, maybe Sam Kerr, who holds up the ball.
But I think with Kerr, I think Kerr's a better finisher, but Ramirez is stronger. Would be my.
Kerr's a classic poacher.
Yeah. Like, you give her a chance, she will take it. Sam Kerr doesn't miss chances. But Ramirez will probably just give you more because she just runs through teams sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, to have a striker who has the ability just to run through a back line is incredible.
Mike says, since Hannah has excellent distribution as a sweeper keeper, do you think other keepers are copying that style, Personally, I think I've seen a lot of keepers now venturing out of their areas. I think it's more that I don't think it's that they're copying Hannah Hampton. I think that's just the general trend of how football is going. It's all about being good in possession. And if your goalkeeper is very good with the ball at her feet, it gives you an extra player in possession. So we've seen that happen already in the men's game, and obviously as the women's game is evolving, and I think a lot of tactics are taken from the men's game into the women's game, we're seeing that more and more. So I think that's why this season we've seen Manchester City move from Chiara Keating to Ayaka Yamashita. For me, Keating is undoubtedly a better goalkeeper. Yeah. And I think we've seen that already. I think Yamashita was costly in that Liverpool game, but obviously they made up for it because they're Man City. But that's why they made that decision. Yamashita is so comfortable with the ball at her feet. We're seeing her practically on the halfway line at times. Yeah. Because she is so good with the ball at her feet. And I think we will see that trend. It's why Hampton's come in and started over Zakira Musovic. Yeah. Musovic is not a bad goalkeeper. And Berger wasn't either. But neither are great with that distribution or playing out from the back. So I do think there are differences there, and yeah, obviously goalkeepers are now trending that way. It's why I think United are quite happy with Fallon Tollis-Joyce because she is quite good with distribution. Those long balls, especially to find Elizabeth Turland, are quite good. But yeah, try second half. 3 shots in total. Tottenham have registered 2 and both have been on target, whereas Chelsea have only had 1. Notably though, Tottenham had 2 touches in the opposition box to Chelsea's 11-11. Chelsea just not being clinical enough, not getting shots away.
Nah.
Johnson, you have to do it to be a goalkeeper nowadays. Exactly. That is the way the modern game is going. You have to be able to receive that ball back and then look to play out. But yeah. Access, do you guys in chat watch NWSL because Serena nominated this Morehouse keeper from Orlando? Yes. If anyone does watch the NWSL, get involved in the live chat because, again, I don't watch much NWSL. It's on at really difficult times and I'm too busy to be honest. Yeah. But it's a shame because I think there's some really good football out there. And some quality players. Whenever we watch international tournaments and it's time to look at the USWNT, it's exciting because they're really good. Yeah. Equally, the fact I don't see them for like 2 years and then suddenly, look, Sophia Smith's back and she's really good. It makes it fun to watch her. Yeah. And Trichy Rodman plays like that because they are so good. Ball in from Maker Hermano. Right up, put pressure on, and that looked like it's gone over the line.
That one's in the goal.
That one definitely went over the line, but it is a foul, I think, on Spencer. So the liner will get away with not giving it. Yeah, that's been given as a foul. Luke says, hi everyone, what do you think of yesterday's game? Manchester United versus Brighton. I think it showed exactly what I knew about Manchester United. They're a good team. They are a good team, they're just not a great team. They are over-reliant at the moment on Clinton for goals because not the rest... To be fair, that hasn't gone over the line. Because the rest of their attack isn't really firing yet. And they, against teams who set up well, they do struggle. Yeah. I wasn't massively surprised to see Brighton, who are playing really well, get that point.
They've been incredible.
And I still, I think Manchester United is still that level off of Chelsea, still that level off of Man City. I think if they, they've got Arsenal after the international break, that will be really telling. Yeah. To actually know where United are at. But yeah. FC Giant saying, I do, in response to the question about the Anna Morehouse. Morehouse has been amazing for Orlando Pride. They had a 20-match unbeaten streak because of her.
Bloody hell.
I'd imagine the other 10 players also played a part, but yeah. That's promising, and you can see why she's in there over Chiara Keating because
what a ball with
Thomas. Buchanan does really well there, just to take off. But that was an easy one to give away, and then Thomas was fouled. Buchanan, that's a Chelsea free kick. But yeah, you can see why Keating's been dropped, not playing for Manchester City. No, and for me, she'll look at and move away, and City are so stupid to do that. One of the most promising young goalkeepers, and I think yeah, she probably wasn't the best with the ball at her feet, but that's something you can learn. I just don't think Yamashita will ever be as good a shot stopper as Keating. No. But it's not like goalkeepers have never learned to play out from the back before. Because when the sudden change to having to have a sweeper keeper happened, we saw goalkeepers adapt to that. And I think Keating is so young, just 20 years old. She easily could have learned to do that. But City favouring Yamashita at the moment.
It is on.
That's interesting. Luke says, what do you think of the UWCL? In general, or like... I just got that ball out from behind the...
bloke in the front row.
Board, yeah. He just got out of their seat.
Sat there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke says, what do you think of the UWSL? In terms of who's going to win it, what do you mean, Luke? In terms of who's going to win it, who's impressed so far, how Chelsea have got on in it? What do you want to know?
I like it?
Is it a good competition? Is the colour scheme good? Ryzen says Keating has time to learn. Yeah, I think she's going to end up going somewhere like Liverpool or Tottenham or maybe even United, and she'll be a really good goalkeeper, and City will regret it.
Yeah.
Like they probably will. Well, if Ellie Roebuck had gone anywhere to play football instead, she's just watching Kathleen Nicole be really good. Captain. Now Buchanan. 21 minutes to go here.
That's a great ball down the line.
Carnereid. Oh, Guro was preparing to strike that one, but it's taken away from her by the Tottenham defence. Here's Bright. Trying to put it into the box. Finds Carnereid, who puts the goal. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Joanna Wright and Carnereid take a bow. A magnificent shot. And we said on Thursday night Chelsea were going for goal of the season. Well, it seems that competition is still on, because this ball from Millie Bright towards the run of Carnereid, she has no right to finish from that angle. Simply stupendous. Catches it perfectly, sweetly on the volley, and just lifts it over Rebecca Spencer. It's an absolutely perfect effort. Fantastic. Joanna Wright and Carnereid. That is stunning. That is stunning.
Absolutely incredible. And I mean, I don't know how much Millie Bright means to pick out Carnereid. I don't know if she just smashes it in there. But it's a lovely ball in.
Yeah.
And, I mean...
I think Chelsea, it's Master she said she meant it.
Yeah. Chelsea's best player this season by a country mile. I mean, she's only scored 2 goals in the WSL, but it's the contributions, the assists have been there as well. And the all-round performances have just been so, so good. And Carnereid has been a brilliant, brilliant player. And as we talk about the absence of players like Lauren James and Kat Macario and Sam Kerr, Carnereid is delivering performances of a world-class player.
Well, she's put up a contribution every match this season in all competitions, bar the Arsenal game.
Wow.
For me, that's a fantastic record. Absolutely fantastic record. Yeah. 2 assists in the Champions League, 2 assists now in the WSL, 2 goals in the WSL. Fantastic stuff. And I think a player that's always really flourished in a Chelsea shirt, but never found the contributions.
Yeah.
It's never materialised into those outlying numbers. I think the underlying numbers have always been fantastic. But she's really shining this season. I think with such a lack of other attacking options, she's thriving and really stepping up into being the main attacker for Chelsea. You know, with James out injured, with Kerr out injured. It's her opportunity to shine. It's her chance to shine, and she's taken it.
Yeah.
Looks really good so far under Bompastor. Here's Bronze. Now Carnereid, and they're going to come forwards here again, Chelsea. Carnereid breaking into the penalty area. Tries to put it in. Now that looked like handball to me. And he slipped. Has given it. It's a penalty for Chelsea.
Stonewall.
Yeah.
Very obvious handball. Everyone could see that. Brilliant from Carnereid, once again down the right hand side, bursting away. Tottenham are running back in. She goes to cross it in, and it's blocked by the arm of Hunt.
Yeah, that was always going to be a penalty. Quite a blatant one.
Yeah.
And as Mike Down says, Jojo is just breathtaking to watch, and we've seen it again there, winning the penalty. And a chance from 12 yards for Guro Wrighton.
Yeah, been a quiet game for Guro, but another chance for her to get on the score sheet.
Do penalties won, not being too premature about this, but do penalties won count as assists on Fantasy WSL? So, yeah. They should do. As someone with a captaincy on Joanna Wrighting Carnereid, I think they should count.
It's in my team, so I'll take it. And this is the thing, and this is what Chelsea can do. 15 minutes into this half, around the 66th minute, this game had hit a lull, nothing had happened. Chelsea have just turned up the heat, especially Carnereid. It's gone from 2-1, and now Guro's got a chance to make it 4-1. In just a matter of minutes.
And while you would be a bold man to bet against Guro Wrighton putting this in the back of the net, Heaslip blows a whistle. It's a deep breath from Guro Wrighton. She steps up and hits the post. It looks like it'll be coolly dispatched. Baltimore on the rebound. Scores for Chelsea. Chelsea 4, Tottenham 1. And Baltimore scores in a second consecutive week. It's a penalty missed, but a goal scored for Chelsea.
And Baltimore spares Guro's blushes. Not much wrong with the penalty, and Guro and Baltimore will laugh about it now. But yeah, not a bad penalty, just hits the post.
And I like that from Millie Bright there, the arm around the shoulder, just reassuring Guro. She's a player who I think has been so low on confidence. It's a shame she doesn't put this away. It's just so unlucky.
Baltimore does well, pounces on it, finishes it. 2 goals in 2 for Sandy Baltimore.
Yeah, just right place, right time again for Baltimore.
And because she is naturally a winger,
she gets there.
She's an incredible finisher. Tottenham now making the double change, but realistically it's not going to matter too much. Youngsters coming on.
And well, with the way they use the left winger in the Chelsea formation, the way they use the left back, I can't see how Sunday Baltimore would be that left winger. I think if once Steve Charles is back, we expect her to start a left back, but I think Baltimore is going to be that rotation on that in that left back position, but also on the right wing, I guess.
Yeah, I do think Guro's place is probably the most at question in the Chelsea front line.
Oh, yeah.
I see Hermano doesn't usually play, so I don't factor in. But Carnreed and Ramirez look pretty nailed on. Obviously, Ramirez rotates with Aggie Jones, but Wrighton's under pressure. I really like Guro Wrighton.
But from who?
That is
because if James is playing attacking midfield
or injured,
there are no other. And Baltimore is playing at left back and couldn't play in that like drifting inside type role. She's not under pressure from anyone.
Yeah, that is true, and she's not playing badly. I think that's a difference between Guro last year and Guro now. Is Guro last year just wasn't playing very well. This season, I think she's played well. Just the numbers. I mean, she's done not done too bad.
Guro's numbers. I mean, a penalty yesterday isn't going to help.
But a goal in the Champions League, a goal.
But again, she's scored 2 against Palace. She's scored against Real Madrid. And she's scored against Twente.
I forgot she was against Twente.
Arsenal and Villa, and obviously today at the moment, the only game she hasn't scored.
3 out of the 4 were penalties.
Well, you need a penalty specialist.
You do, and it should have been 4 out of 5. But never mind.
Should have been.
Let Baltimore score instead.
Guro Wrighton lifts it into the box, flicked on.
She can also cross like that.
Lucy Bronze, but it's wide of the mark. Luke says, what were your opinions of Man City versus Barcelona for the UWCL? Phenomenal performance from City.
Yeah,
really well executed. Game plan. I thought they were flawless. Absolutely flawless throughout. So yeah, really solid performance. Yi-Chen says, I'm so happy I captained Carnreid to compensate for the points I lose from LJ. Yeah, I did the same. Obviously, after LJ came off, didn't start the game against Twente, I thought, well, I can't have a captain. I'm still going to keep her because I'd already made my 2 transfers because I am a weapon. But equally, I brought in Grace Clinton, who got 7 points. So I'm not going to complain. I probably would have ended up bringing in Turland or something, who didn't score again.
I captained Keys Shaw.
Well, that went well.
Yeah. That's alright. I've got a couple of clean sheets and Carnreid. I have got Carnreid, just didn't captain her.
I was not doing my Carnreid points yet. At Fantasy WSL.
Double changing, going for Chelsea then, Ashley Lawrence and Aggie Weaver-Jones. So you'd expect this to be Baltimore and Ramirez, but we will find out.
Yeah, you would.
It will be Ramirez.
That is number 33, Aggie Weaver-Jones, on for number 7, Myra Ramirez. And then I would assume this will be Sandy Baltimore.
You'd expect it to be. She got her goal.
Yeah. Sapphire says Guro is 30. She'll go at some point. Is she already 30, Guro Wrighton?
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I mean, if there was a player you could have at left wing, who would it be?
A player I could sign at left wing. That is a very good question.
Because I think there's very few who are completely out of the question. I don't think Alexia Putellas. I mean, she's not really a left winger anyway. It's just where she played a bit for Perry Romeo's Barca side. And I don't think like Lauren Hemp would join.
No,
but
phenomenal player by the way.
Very good. Had a fantastic
game today. Just
unplayable.
Well, yeah, exactly. I know it was Aston Villa, but no defence in the world could have stopped her if she played like that.
Do you know who my shout would be?
Who?
Linda Caicedo.
That's a very good. I mean, the fact she doesn't start for Real Madrid is a piss.
Well, she started against Celtic. She didn't start today against Madrid CF.
Yeah, but I could have started against Celtic.
Which I really don't get. I don't know if she just hasn't played particularly well for Real Madrid, but whenever I've watched her play, I thought she's the best player on the pitch by a country mile.
Incredible talent as well, and as Chelsea's shown, the way you develop talents is you give them game time. Aggie Weaver-Jones, Mike Amano. And it is, whose foot is that in ice? That is Nilden.
That is Amanda Nilden, yeah. That'll be a point of concern. Obviously, she's had quite a few games out injured.
Yeah, and after an interesting cameo today.
Yeah, Caicedo only got 25 minutes today against Madrid CF. Real did win, though, to keep the intense pressure on Barcelona at the top. Oh, wait, they're only 2 points behind. And 16 goal difference. Because Barcelona has scored 36 goals and only conceded 5.
How many games they played?
7.
So that is on average
They're averaging more than 5 a goal.
Yeah. Oh, God. Another corner put in, headed over by Millie Bright. And Carnegie will look to go, but it's good from Gunning Williams. He then puts in a big tackle. Is it? I think it's Gunning Williams.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see her get some minutes as well. I rate that from Tottenham and from Villaharm. Really putting time into developing.
I mean, he has done it when they're 3-0 down with 10 minutes to go in 2 games.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. But she also played the one before that. She also came on against Paz, I think. Chelsea making this a real difficult game for themselves. Mike Down says Chelsea so far scored 14 goals in 4 games. That's an average of 3.5 a game. And you compare that to Barcelona, who have played, who are on almost 5 a game.
And they played 7. So it's even more. It's more consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Chelsea won 7-0 against Crystal Palace. They're not going to win 7-0 again this season, I doubt.
No, I don't even.
Barcelona have beaten teams 10-1, and they will continue.
Palace away won't even be 7-0.
Alexis Mallory Swanson for Chelsea. Not really a left winger. I know she can play there, but
I'd love Sophia Smith. That'd be incredible.
Alex G says, but Linda is also great for sure. I mean, I don't know who the Real Madrid manager is or what they're doing, but I would have Linda Caicedo over so many players.
She'd be
magnificent player.
In that, I'm trying to think, on that team, probably my 3rd or 4th name on the team sheet.
What, Real Madrid?
Engeldahl, Leopolds, and the goalkeeper.
No. The goalkeeper's only there because they ain't got another one. Maria Rodriguez isn't that good.
No, I just meant a goalkeeper. You always put the goalkeeper on.
And then you do the back line for being weird, but I would just... Linda Caicedo starts. There we go. Now we'll do the rest of the team. Start from goalkeeper. But instead, she doesn't make the bench. She doesn't even make the start 11.
Tender plate, and this game is over.
Yeah.
15 minutes ago, it was far from over. It was 2-1 Chelsea. It looked pretty tight.
Because they didn't play with wingers today, so that was part of their issue.
Oh, right.
They went 5-3-2 against a Madrid CF side who also went 5-3-2.
Wow.
Well, that must have been a fun game. There's one big chance between the two teams. And they scored it, Real Madrid. So there we go. Good Madrid derby.
Chelsea's run out. Brilliant performance from Millie Bright, defensively and offensively.
Yeah. Sap a goal.
Claims she scored a goal.
Celebrated a goal.
Yeah.
Here come Chelsea again then. Carnegie. Thirsty for more.
Every time you come forward.
Such a good ball. Towards Nusken. And well, Sjokka Nusken scores goals, but not on this occasion.
Not like that.
She's not been scoring goals this season. I think it's because she's been playing deeper.
Devastated.
Yeah.
Brilliant from Gura. Again, Gura came on a goal and assist today, and suddenly her numbers look completely different. But instead, she missed the penalty, and Nusken's decided to try and... I don't really know what to do with that one. Sky it. Just looped up and went straight back down again, and Spencer caught it. But yeah. Chelsea looking to kill off any chance that the but
Thomas, then she's caught Thomas, and she'll be lucky to avoid a card, but it is yellow.
Yes.
And that is a relief.
I think the yellow is the main thing there. We'll have a look. I don't really know who was covering her.
I'm not sure she was. It was just clumsy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that there was. I'm not sure it's massively intended.
I don't think she needs... Does she mean to leap?
I don't think she means to grab... It's not a grab. It's not with the hand. You're just moving. Sapphire says, what about Eula Brand? Great point.
Yeah.
Love Eula Brand.
She's quite good.
Much more... I think more difficult to pull off than Linda Caicedo, though. Because Wolfsburg are going to demand an absolute metric ton in cash.
If they miss out in Europe or in the Bundesliga, which we have seen, that is very competitive.
A four-way fight for the title this season, which is looking.
If they finish fourth and they don't go deep in the Champions League,
Wolfsburg beat Bayern, and then
they lost to Frankfurt.
They lost to Frankfurt. A bit like Arsenal.
Bayern. Is Frankfurt Bayern not this weekend?
A bit like Arsenal, where they No, because it's international, isn't it? But I think afterwards it is.
I thought it was this, like the weekend we're on.
Oh, I can have a look.
Or it is the weekend after the international.
I think it's after. I think it's the 2nd of November.
Free kick then for Tottenham. It is a good one. It's in.
Wow. Hell of a free kick, and they do get a late goal here. Summonen firing for Tottenham. It'll matter very little at this stage, but a nice one for the personal account.
I mean, I don't know how that has gone in from Chelsea. It's gone up and over the wall. Hampton should save that.
Yeah.
Hampton should really save that. Oh, maybe
Just
not.
reacts too late.
Yeah. The wall really doesn't do its job.
No, they've moved out of the way. Where's Beaver Jones going?
And Captain Ducks.
That's the problem.
The wall's moved.
Hampton's blocking what she... Hampton's in a position where the wall should block that.
Yeah. Because Beaver Jones jumps away and Captain Ducks.
No idea what they're doing there. The Bayern Frankfurt game was today. Leverkusen game was today, sorry.
Oh, that's what it was.
3-2 Bayern. Red card to Leverkusen.
Oh, God.
But Leverkusen went 1-0 up. Bayern levelled on 50. Leverkusen took the lead on 51. Mental minute there. And then a Stanway penalty in the 66th, which I will assume was how the red card happened. No, the red card happened in the 73rd minute. And then Alara Sehedla scored in the 90th minute.
So the 90th minute winner.
Win it for Bayern, and that puts them 2 points clear of Frankfurt and Wolfsburg and 4 points clear of Leverkusen. If they had drawn that game, they would only be on 16 points. Leverkusen would be on 15, and we would have 16, 16, 16, 15.
Buchanan and Hermano off for Jean Francois and Melis Mpome.
Yeah.
So that will be Francois into the pivot and pushed Captain further on.
Yeah. Alex says, Sapphire watch many Wolfsburg games and Eula lacks composure, rather go for Svindis Jonsdottir. Roald Brullen says Svindis Jane Jonsdottir is a great left winger. Came in from the bench in midweek playing for Wolfsburg. Oh, interesting. Alex G says, by the way, Eula's contract ends in summer 25, but I rate Linda Caicedo more than her. Yeah, but if you can get Eula Brand for free, you're not saying no.
Yeah.
That's the difference. If it's a free transfer, then you've got to go for it. And it's nice to know that Wolfsburg have a backup ready for when we steal Eula Brand.
Or we just take the backup.
We could do that. We could just get both. Sign everyone. That way, if they are all injury prone, we've got loads of options. Mike Down says, it says in your bio, Jack and Harry. Who is who? I'm Jack. This is Harry. For anyone that doesn't know. So yeah, there you go, Mike. But yeah, I just in the Barcelona went 2-0 up against Sevilla. I realised that's not the Femeni side.
No, 7-0 up.
How did Barcelona get on this weekend? Did they play?
Yeah, look at the Chelsea.
Oh, they only won 4-1.
Look at the Chelsea injuries.
They only won 4-1. The guy they considered was Catalina Cole sticking her in it.
Get Roebuck in. But the Chelsea strength on the injury stand is incredible. Kerr, Macario, LJ. Yeah. What if that front three
starting it
could start the Champions League final?
Start a B team and just put them in the WSL, see how far they get. See how well they do. But yeah, by the way, Barcelona won 4-1 today, playing what looks like very much a reserve side. I mean, obviously it's still an incredible team, but no Bonmati, no Paraluelo, Ewa Payor, who else is missing? Ona Batilla, or Batier, sorry. Who plays left back for them normally? Fridley and Rolfo. None of them involved.
Thing is, if you do that for Chelsea, though, you take out their starters. They could. I mean, they wouldn't win 4-1.
No, they only win in 4-2, and it is their full strength 11. But obviously some injuries.
Yeah, true that.
That's the difference, and that's why I think that Barca have such an advantage in the Champions League. And I will die on this hill, no matter how many Liga F fans tell me I'm wrong. Is that Barcelona can rest up in the league, which means they're fresher for the Champions League.
Yeah,
just simple logic. Chelsea are competing in the WSL where they can't afford to rest anyone because all the games are difficult. But even Crystal Palace, it could be a difficult game if you rest players up.
That's not a penalty.
That looked like a penalty. I don't think he sits under any guise to give it at this point.
Yeah, no.
Bronze. Try to play it down the line. I don't know why she.
I thought she was seeing it out.
I think it's run anyway.
Well, it is a Chelsea throw. So she did let it run and then she decided to play it.
Sapphire said, I thought Jonsdottir was a right winger. Again, I don't know. I don't watch enough Frauen Bundesliga.
No.
I'm looking forward to England-Germany on Friday.
That will be good.
If anyone is going to Wembley and sees us, feel free to say hi. We aren't rude, unless Harry hasn't eaten yet, in which case he might be rude. I think someone's about to get booked for kicking a ball away. In front. It wasn't the ball, it was a different ball. But Still, kicked a ball away. We've not actually seen a yellow. She just looked at the referee, gaunt.
I think it was more she was nodded as a corner.
No, potentially. Oh, yeah. And understandably so.
I don't know. I don't think Captain touched it.
No one touched it, but I didn't see who played it.
Oh, right.
Is it not a Chelsea player?
Yeah, good point.
Ball in for Chelsea. And Beaver Jones chests it wide.
I don't really know why she's done that. She could just head the ball.
Now Tottenham are breaking quickly here because Chelsea have just not reacted. And they have been forced back. So that dream is over.
Yeah, I don't know. Beaver Jones went to chest it in there.
Well, it sort of fell at her, Jess, so she just... Yeah.
Bit of shoulder action in there. But
I didn't see, yeah.
just duck and head.
Shit, it was. Here's Neville. Tottenham coming forwards. Bar trip. And that's cut out. Ball forward cut out by Bright. Spence.
Tottenham kept
to
going.
break. Captain. Odds onto it well. Is forced backwards though to Millie Simpomé.
I definitely think this has been an improved performance for Tottenham on the Liverpool and the United games.
Jean-Francois.
It's still not brilliant, but they're getting somewhere, you feel.
Here's Lawrence. Oriane Jean-Francois. Now Guro Wrighton. Wrighton manages to pick out
This
Captain Jean-Francois. Nuskun is caught in the challenge, but Tottenham will come the other way. 5 minutes of additional time, by the way. As Chelsea now looking for a fifth. Carnareed shimmies back onto her left, takes aim, and it's there. Chelsea 5, Tottenham 2. Joanna Wrighton-Carnareed having a fantastic day. And that caps off a good performance for the Blues. A goal, 2 goals and an assist for Joanna Wrighton-Carnareed. She's added contributions to her game this season. And already a top winger, now looks world class under Bompastor. And
we saw an unplayable performance from Lauren Hemp earlier, and Carnareed has just gone, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go out and match that. A brilliant performance from a player.
Beaver Jones distracted everyone by falling over that.
Just what a season she's having, and what a game.
She has no right to find the back of the net from here.
2 goals, so well. I mean, they're just unsafeable. Yeah, Spencer could have done, but the last 2 from Carnareed have just been ridiculous. The first one from the volley was outstanding, and that one is just another brilliant finish. It's 8 contributions in 6-7 games this season. Absolutely phenomenal. What a campaign so far for Carnareed. And again, delivering performances to the highest quality when teammates absent, teammates getting injured. She is, up to the task, clearly.
Yeah. Right, as it says, well, now I know who's replacing LJ in my fantasy team. You have to do a bit of a workaround though, because obviously LJ is an attacker. That's my biggest frustration. I don't know of anyone who works for Fantasy Hotels watching. I need to find out who does, on a lodge a complaint. But I find that the distribution of attackers and the midfielders is a bit weird.
It is.
Because it would be okay if there were points for midfielders. Like, if there's like tackles or interceptions points, but there isn't. And so you end up with like having to go for a bit of a weird midfield because there aren't really many options. Because for me, Lauren James is a midfielder. I would never say she's a striker. And I think the way the Premier League does it is better.
Yeah. But obviously, hats off to the people that do run it.
It's fantastic because I completely get that. I don't want to complain that much. It is run by fans. At the end
Equally,
of the day.
Aimed at WSL, I'd rather they invest in goal line technology than an official licensed FPL.
But neither cost billions, do they? Just do both. It's not one or the other.
To be fair, I would love a official licensed WSL fantasy. So
yeah,
maybe bin off goal. Don't worry. We'll just keep making crap decisions for a couple of years.
Anyway, Sapphire says she's finally learnt how to score. Yeah, she's added contribution to her game and she's so deadly now.
Yeah.
Alex saying, Carnareed EAFC Team of the Week incoming. If I played, I would be doing anything in my power to get that card. But
I don't donate my life to anymore.
At the time.
No.
Here's Naz. Bright fight and try and win the ball back, but can't. Patrick Combs says, great show again, guys. Appreciate it, Patrick. Thank you. 5-2 is better. Pity about the second Tottenham goal. Remember, we won on goal difference last season. Yeah, that is true, and every goal can make the difference.
Yeah.
But I'd rather just beat.
And while Man City are only winning by 1-goal margins and Arsenal aren't doing anything and United are also dropping points, very healthy for Chelsea to be performing. This is, for me, I think defensively, this sums up Chelsea's season. Yeah. So strong in attack, so deadly coming forwards, but just a few defensive issues to iron out.
Yeah. Roald Bruland says, does Gura Wright get an assist from the penalty? She won't on FootMob or anything like that. Opta won't count that as an assist, but the Fantasy WSL app might. I'm not sure.
I'll be surprised. I think because it's come on. I don't know.
But it comes to the posts. I think it would be.
But then Baltimore's had to take. I don't. Yeah.
If there was I'm just thinking based on FFPL rules. I don't know if Fantasy WSL operates the same way. But if you take a shot, the keeper saves it, and then someone else scores the rebound, you would get an assist for the shot.
Yeah.
So I would assume it might be.
We'll find out.
I mean, the Transfer WSL app hasn't updated yet for the late kickoffs, which is upsetting me because I'm watching I can't read points. Which will completely transform my game week and put me top of the world.
But yeah.
I wish.
I'm pretty happy she's delivering me points. I think I'll be above average, hopefully. So no, I didn't captain her.
Yeah, Carnareed flicks it to Sjoka Nusken. Back down the line towards Carnareed. That'll be one back by Sumanen. But it was a nervy start to this game for Chelsea. They led only 2-1 at the break. It was a messy way to concede that goal. I think, though, in the end, quite an assured performance. The second half, they turned on the style. And again, we're seeing a Chelsea side who are very pragmatic, very able to change a game in an instant. And I think that's a real strong quality of this Chelsea team. Jean-Francois pulled back there. And that is full time here at Kings Meadow. Chelsea 5, Tottenham 2 as Chelsea continue their unbeaten start to the WSL campaign. 4 wins from 4 matches. Tottenham, well, it's 1 win from 5. And well, it was a fairly abysmal performance in all honesty. I think 2 goals that were rather fortunate in their nature have masked an otherwise pretty poor performance for Tottenham. But they'll rebuild, they'll regroup, and they'll be back again in 2 weeks' time. We head into the international break now. And, what a start to the WSL season it has been. It's on last stream for 2 weeks. So do join us again in 2 weeks' time. But don't worry, the content isn't going anywhere. Tomorrow we will be back with our usual weekly roundup of all the WSL action. So look out for that. Player of the match, Harry, is it a question even worth asking?
Absolutely not. Joanna eating calories.
Well, if it means I get to talk about Carnareed, I think it's a question worth asking. Fantastic performance. Yeah. I think especially the second half, that space is starting to open up down that left-hand side a little bit more, and she fully exploited it. The goals today were really well taken. The assist at the start, really well crafted. And I think she's blossoming into a player now who is genuinely world-class, genuinely up there as one of the best. And yeah, it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference, I think, for Chelsea with Lauren James not, having a lot of absences at the moment without Sam Kerr. I think it makes a huge difference to have someone of the quality of Joanna Wright in Carnareed.
Very much so. Very much so. And being congratulated by one of the best finishers that Chelsea have in Sam Kerr. Yeah. So, rightfully so. What a performance.
Mike Down says, awesome, thanks for the show. Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. As I say, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time with more streams. I believe it is Chelsea-Everton, one of the streams. Yes. And Arsenal Man United.
Yes, what a Sunday that will be.
So we've got a great WSL Sunday coming up in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, it's international break. We'll have loads of content out. And as I say, if you are at the game for England-Germany, feel free to come say hi if you do see us. But that is everything from us today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.